Well, hello everybody, and welcome to Starry Tarot. My name is Sophie, and I am so very happy to see you today. I am your friendly tarot reader. Well, I guess this evening now. Although the days are totally getting longer, I have noticed, which I'm loving. But it is technically evening, but it might be morning or afternoon where you are. But if you are new to the channel, welcome. Thank you for your subscription. If you are returning, welcome back. Good to see you. All of my donation information can be found pinned at the very top of the chat. And my dutiful AI moderator, Nightbot, also posts it throughout the chat throughout the duration of the live stream. And I also have my options posted in the information of this live stream. And as it states, a mini reading, if you donate using Venmo, Cashapp, or PayPal, is $7.77, and that is one question, 5 cards. If you're interested in a full reading, that is 10 cards, and that can be one question or split up into two 5-card questions. That is $14.14 unless you donate over SuperChat. SuperChat rates are different. It is $9.99 for a mini reading and $20.20 for a full reading. Hi, Ariana. How are you doing, love? Good to see you. And if you are interested in a 15-card reading, that can be either one question or split into 3 5-card questions, or split into one 10-card question and one 5-card question, but that is $21.21 or $29.29 if you are using SuperChat. I have a whole menu. I answer questions of all types, a lot of romance questions, but also a lot of finance, career, spiritual questions. The only thing that I can't answer is I cannot answer medical and or legal questions. I'm doing well. I am doing well. Happy Sunday to you, love. I hope that you've had a good weekend. Hope it was restful and restorative and reflective. Hope it was a good weekend for you, love. So yes, no legal, no medical questions. I am a psychic medium. I can communicate with those who have passed on, those who are no longer on this earthly realm. If you are interested in a mediumship reading, please let me know before sending your donation. I need to know the person's name, their date of birth, their date of passing, and their relation to you. And if you can provide me with a photograph of them, that's additionally super duper helpful, but not necessary. But I do need their information in order to make sure I can communicate with them. I can get in touch with 95% of people who have passed on, but if they have very recently passed on, sometimes it can be hard to get into communication with them. Or if they passed away a long time ago and they've since reincarnated, then I cannot get into contact with them. So I do like to check beforehand if that is something that you are indeed interested in. As I mentioned earlier, I answer a lot of romance questions. If you do have love on the mind, if there is someone on your mind who is of a romantic ilk, I highly recommend my soulmate confirmation reading. It can be done in one of two ways. Either we can ask your spirit guides and your angels and your messengers directly if somebody is a spirit or is a soulmate of yours, or we can ask them alternatively if they give their blessing towards the person in question. And we just received, thank you so much, hi Scylla, we just received our first donation. And Scylla, so you actually have 10 cards, because you made a donation a few nights ago. When was it? I have it written down. You made a donation for a mini reading on the 16th. So you actually have an unclaimed reading that we can read for you for today. So do you have 2 questions, or would you want to do a 10-card reading? And today we are using the adorable Golden Girls tarot card deck. I love this deck very, very much. Oh damn, I think that one guy took the floor. 2 questions. Okay, okay. Thank you so much. Please go ahead and post your first question, love. Thank you. How is W feeling about me now after my IG story last night getting loved by a gay bestie and taking care of me? Aww. We love our gay besties. I was just thinking about one of my favorite gay besties at my synagogue. His name's Brian. He is just so fabulous. I love him. I legit was just thinking about how much I love him before I went live. He is such a sweetie. Yeah, for sure. Let's see. Angels, Messengers, and Spirit Guides. How is W feeling towards Scylla after she posted the Instagram story about her gay bestie? Angels, Messengers, and Spirit Guides. How did W feel after Scylla posted that IG story about her gay bestie? Angels, Messengers, and Spirit Guides. How did W feel after Scylla posted that IG story about her gay bestie? Angels, Messengers, and Spirit Guides. How did W feel after Scylla posted that story about her gay bestie? Angels, Messengers, and Spirit Guides. How did W feel after Scylla posted that IG about her gay bestie? Angels, Messengers, and Spirit Guides. How did W feel after Scylla posted that IG about her gay bestie? Angels, Messengers, and Spirit Guides. How did W feel after Scylla posted that IG about her gay bestie? Angels, Messengers, and Spirit Guides. How did W feel after Scylla posted that IG about her gay bestie? Angels, Messengers, and Spirit Guides. How did W feel after Scylla posted that IG about her gay bestie? Angels, Messengers, and Spirit Guides. How did W feel after Scylla posted that IG about her gay bestie? Sorry, give me one sec here. Okay, sorry about that. Alright, let's see. And you said a couple of things. Hey Harley, sorry, no one heard that. How are you doing? And yes, I am still taking readings. I actually just went live just a few moments ago. Um, Tired of sad answers. Oh, do you have a gay bestie? Gay besties? I don't have one gay bestie right now. Unfortunately, I did have a gay bestie, but he did something pretty rotten to me. And actually, I met him on this channel. I was reading for him. He was one of my clients, and he would ask about this guy all the time. So I knew he was gay. And then I just randomly asked him, because sometimes I'll ask people like where they're from, or maybe I asked him where he was from. He said, "Oh, I live in San Francisco." I was like, "Oh, really? I do too." And then I was like, "We should like, I don't know, get coffee or something sometime," not knowing anything about him. And but like, I liked talking to him when I would read for him. And then when we met up, we found out that we liked all the same shit. We liked all the same movies, all the same music. Like went to the same clubs. He was hella goth. Like it was, but he did me dirty, girl. Okay, perfect. And you're fine. I'm gonna send for a reading. Thanks. Not your client being a hater. Wow, betrayed. Yeah, it's okay. One of my close tarot reader girlfriends betrayed me too. Really? Yeah. No, he wasn't. I read for him, and we were out one night, and he legit stole my wallet from me. Like he was a klepto. Like it was really bad, and he never apologized, and he never admitted, but he never defended himself. Like I'm sorry, if someone, the best friend of mine, accused me of stealing their damn wallet, I would defend myself. First of all, if I accused them, which I didn't at first, I didn't at first accuse him. I would help them find it, and then if they accused me and were acting weird, saying, "Oh, I thought you had it," then because that's what he said, then I'd be like, "What?" Like, yeah. Anyway, he stole my wallet from me. We don't do that. We have the High Priestess reversed, so be careful of who your friends are. Temperance reversed. The Moon. Two of Swords reversed again. This Two of Swords is always showing up. And the Wheel of Fortune reversed. I'm going to be honest, love. When did you post this Instagram? And this is really weird because I I wasn't even conscientiously thinking about what the answer might be here. Like how would he feel about you being nurtured by a friend of yours? No, 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 no. That's not it. He hasn't seen it, girl. And I thought about that. For some reason, that popped into my head, like subconsciously when I was shuffling. Like, I wonder if, like, I know he looks at, and I know he does. He does look at your Instagram a lot. I can confirm that. But these cards are all telling me that he has not seen it. The Moon right here in the center, unseen. The High Priestess reversed, unseen. Unknown knowledge. Temperance reversed, wasn't flown toward that imagery wasn't flowing towards him. He has seen it. His name was there. Oh, he did see it. Well, then I would say that he doesn't know what to think. I don't think there's nothing bad here. It's not that he didn't like it. I'm not getting that he didn't like it. I'm getting more that it didn't really affect the Wheel of Fortune reversed. Like it didn't really get the gears turning. Um, Two of Swords reversed is definitely like not knowing what to think or just not really thinking twice about it, not giving it much thought. Um, I don't think that he's jealous of your gay friend. I don't think it's a jealousy issue. He knows that you have friends, and I think he knows this guy's gay. I don't know if the guy's super zesty or if he's more. Because my ex gay bestie, he like you wouldn't be able to tell he was gay until he started talking about like Sailor Moon. But like other than that, he was super like mask gay guy. He was top. Jealous of my gay bestie is crazy. No, he's not jealous of your gay bestie. No, honey, that's what I'm saying. Is he's not, and that would be crazy. That would be really like that would really be a red flag for me. No, I don't think he's jealous. I just don't think because it didn't trigger jealousy in him, it didn't really trigger anything in him. It was kind of just like just a like neutral, very neutral energy. These aren't bad cards. they're not good cards, but they're also not bad cards. They're super neutral, which is telling me, and okay, so we have proof that he has seen it. If he's seen it and his energy is that of someone who hasn't even seen it, that's just telling me that it doesn't affect him either way. He didn't go, oh, I'm so happy that she has this support in her life. And he didn't go, what's that guy doing over there? You know, he's not, he either realizes he's gay. He probably realizes he's gay. He can probably tell or knows for whatever reason. Hi, Debbie. Hey, Tim. Good to see you guys. Hi from the blizzard on the East Coast. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry that you are going through that. We just went through our storm, which I'm sure is nothing compared to what you guys have gone through. And we just received a donation from H. Thank you so much. Let me go ahead and add you here. Scylla, please go ahead and post your next question. Thank you. Yeah, and that's, yeah, but very calm demeanor regarding your post. No jealousy. And like I said, if he were to feel jealous, even if the gay guy was super masked and maybe not super obvious about being gay, there's always still, I don't know, maybe, I don't know. I feel like he's got some gaydar on him, this guy, W. They are saying close to 30 inches expected where I live. Oh my goodness, 30 effing inches. That's like those TikToks where like the snow, like people open their front door and the snow just like comes falling, like comes crashing into their house. Gaydar, like radar. Have you ever heard that term? I have great gaydar. Like I can tell when someone's gay like immediately. Like it's pretty uncanny. It's like radar, but play on words. Gay doesn't mean you're gay. I mean, I'm not gay, but I have gaydar. Oh yeah, no, he is totally straight. That's what I'm saying. Is you can be straight and have excellent gaydar. My old roommate John was totally straight, and he had some of the best gaydar I've seen for miles. This South Florida girl hates the snow. I bet, girl. You have gaydar also? Yeah, yeah. You know, if you're that type of lady, and you know, gay guys talk about it, you know, you that we're a type, you know, the ones that have gay guy friends usually in our lives, we're a little extra. You know, we're independent. We're not afraid to speak our minds. We're sassy. We're usually funny. Um, and I think the more queer people you have in your life, the easier it is to identify them, right? But I have been told by multiple gay men, like, you know, you're a type, right? Like, that there's like a certain type of woman that we're like drawn to. I'm like, I love that. That makes me feel so special. Seriously, and it's so flattering, honestly. The love of I actually want to write a book about it. I'm not even joking. Like the sacredness between the friendship between straight women and gay guys. Um, like I remember asking my mom when I was a little girl why she had gay friends and why a lot of other women had gay friends and liked gay men. And I liked them too, so I don't know why I asked that question. But I did. It was a pattern I noticed, and she was like, "Well, because they make us feel safe." And as a little girl, I didn't understand that, but now I do. And I would additionally say it's also the most flattering thing when a gay man adores you because there's nothing sexual, nothing. It's like being loved by a girl. Like, I mean, I don't want to say like friendships with lesbians are not legit, but because they are. Lesbians are amazing. I love my lesbian friends. Um, but there's something really pure about the love from a gay man. I remember my first gay little friend. I was 7 years old, and he loved Barbie and the Little Mermaid. And I remember I didn't question why. at all. I remember just thinking, oh, finally, a guy who gets like what good stuff is, what the cool stuff is. Like, it wasn't really a question. It was like, oh, here's a cool guy. Like, so I've been collecting gay guys, like gaggles of gays for a while. I love my gays. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Oh, sorry, did I see what you posted, girl? How does Ella feel about me after I apologized and tried to move forward with my music with him and broke the silence war between us? Hey man, the only men you can low-key trust, but not fully, they're still men, but they're more pure for sure. Yeah, I mean, no human being is one you can fully trust. Gay, straight, male, female, whatever the case may be. I mean, I'd like to think we can fully trust people at a certain point, but yeah, you gotta be. Not everyone, just like I mentioned earlier, my gay ex-best friend stealing my wallet from me. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, how does W feel about Scylla after she apologized to him? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, how does W feel towards Scylla after she apologized to him? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, how does W feel towards Scylla since she apologized to him? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, how does W feel towards Scylla since she apologized to him? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, how does W feel towards Scylla now that she's apologized to him? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, how does W feel towards Scylla now that she's apologized to him? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, how does W feel towards Scylla now that she's apologized to him? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, how does W feel towards Scylla now that she's apologized to him? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, how does W feel towards Scylla now that she's apologized to him? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, how does W feel towards Scylla now that she's apologized to him? And we just received a donation. Thank you so much, Kay, for your donation, my friend. Let me go ahead and add you here. Okay, Miss Scylla. We have Two of Wands reversed, Six of Cups reversed, Ten of Swords reversed. I kept seeing that when I was shuffling. 10 of Cups and 4 of Cups reversed. Have you guys spoken since you apologized to him? So there was a silence war between the two of you, and I don't really know what you apologized to him for. You didn't really have to tell me, but I don't feel like there's anything you really have to apologize for. That's the only reason why I'm curious. Yes, we talked back and forth last night. Okay. Were you apologizing for the silence, I'm guessing? Because I feel like he's happy that you guys are talking again. But he is cautious. He's feeling really cautious about moving forward with you. That's not to say that he doesn't want to move forward with you, because he does. He's just more cautious. He was cautious in the past. He's cautious still. With this Two of Wands reversed, he does not want to end communication with you. As you said, you guys communicated back and forth last night, but he is observing things more with a more vigilant eye, even more so than earlier. He's always cautious, yeah, but this was kind of a red flag for him. The moment of that period of silence between the two of you, and the truth of the matter was, I feel like both of you were mirroring one another. You weren't trying to hurt him; he wasn't trying to hurt you. it was a miscommunication, but he's fearful that you might have been trying to hurt him. I want some clarity here. We have the Six of Cups talking about communication. We have the Six of Cups reverse. Wow, that's what I was thinking when I saw this card. Like, what was a red flag? The fact that there was that period, whatever it was that you apologized for, I'm guessing it was the period of silence between the two of you. That concerned him. He doesn't want that kind of. He doesn't want that to be like a pattern. But I also, I mean, just from my, I'm just saying how he feels. This is not my, but if you want my opinion, yeah, he doesn't want this to be a pattern, but he participated in it. He could have reached out to you if he wanted to speak to you immediately, because, well, I'm going to get to why I see it here with this Six of Cups reversed, Four of Cups reversed, but especially with the Six of Cups reversed. As I mentioned in earlier readings, he is definitely wounded from his past love life, which is what's making him so cautious. It's his past pain has made it very difficult for him to stay within the present moment, especially when it comes to romance. Now, as I mentioned earlier, he doesn't want this to come to an end between the two of you, but he was fearful that you didn't want to talk to him ever again. This man is hurt. He is, and he's a Cancer, so he's more vulnerable to becoming hurt. So he's also more guarded, because when he does get that stab of pain in his heart, it's like Pisces men. Like, it affects them really deeply, those water signs, except for Scorpio, because they're fixed. But Pisces and Cancers are super sensitive, the most sensitive dudes. So he's trying to, he doesn't want to see this as a red flag. He's happy that you guys are talking again. He's trying to kind of restructure and reframe this, see this from a different perspective, and not let the past dictate his future, and not let fear take a hold of him, because ultimately he is very happy that the two of you are communicating again with this beautiful Ten of Cups card here. He's very relieved. I honestly think he was super worried that you didn't want to speak to him ever again. That's where his mind goes into like panic mode, or when he's in like hurt mode, it goes into panic mode, and then our brain just goes to the worst case scenario. And that worst case scenario to him was, she doesn't want to talk to me ever again. I did or said something that made her not want to speak to me ever again. I've lost my opportunity here. But with that Ten of Swords being reversed, it's like, okay, I haven't lost this. We haven't lost this, but that was really scary. I don't want that long time of unknowing and lack of communication to happen again. I want more clear communication between the two of us. So that is what I'm seeing with him. Yeah, he's a water sign. He's inherently more sensitive. He's inherently going to feel more. And is he going overboard when he goes direct? When he knee-jerk reaction goes from, oh, I haven't heard from Scylla for a few days or a couple days, to she never wants to talk to me again? Absolutely, that's way overkill. That's what the Ten of Swords is all about, is overkill. It only takes one sword to impale a man, but Ten of Swords requires 10. It's overkill, and it's based on that Six of Cups reversed, his past. Yeah, never doing it again. Yeah, I certainly wouldn't. I know you guys playing some love games, and that's okay in the name of love, with good intentions, of which I know you have. But this really rocked his boat, and as I'm sure it probably rocked yours too. It hurt when weren't talking, baby. I keep on hearing that. I think I just need to start yelling, because there's only so much. I've done everything I can to modify my speaker. It's as high as possible. Let me double check and make sure that's the case. It's telling me right now Yeah, I have it as high. Is that better? Can you hear me better when I just did that? Here, give me 1 sec. I'm gonna just move the speaker. Yeah, I don't have a mic for this setup here. I need to get myself a lav mic. It is better? Shit. Give me a sec. All right, so we're all up to speed. Thank you so very much, sweet Scylla girl. I appreciate you so much as always, and I hope I brought you some clarity this evening. Miss H, Natural Beauty. Thank you very much for your donation, girl. Oh, you're gonna donate again. Okay. Sorry, H. Scylla is still going to continue with her turn. She still has another 10 cards she can donate for if she would like. And she would like to. So we are going to continue with Miss Scylla. I'm sorry for the confusion. I should just ask in the future, like, would you like to? Do you have another question? I wanted to donate for yeah, absolutely. Go right for it, Scylla. Absolutely not a problem at all. Thank you very much, sweetheart. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Scylla. Please go ahead and post your question right there in the chat. Thank you. And thank you for your patience and understanding, H. Thank you. Thank you so much, Scylla. Oh, it is 222 today, huh? Happy 222 to you as well, love. Why did W text late night at 3 a.m. to look for a schedule for our next studio day? Seemed flirty, but then at the end he goes, only text in the GC moving forward. Mixed signals, AF, like what an intimate hour. Only text in the GC moving forward? What does that mean in the GC? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, why did... In the group chat, okay. Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides, why did W text Scylla at 3 a.m. last night to schedule? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides, why did W text Scylla at 3 a.m. last night to schedule? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides, why did W text Scylla at 3 a.m. last night to schedule a studio session? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides, why did W text Scylla at 3 a.m. to schedule a studio session? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides, why did W text Scylla at 3 a.m. to schedule a studio session? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides, why did W text Scylla at 3 a.m. to schedule a studio session? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides, why did W text Scylla at 3 a.m. to schedule a studio session? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, why did W text Scylla at 3 a.m. to text a studio session? Or to schedule a studio session? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, why did W text Scylla at 3 a.m. to schedule a studio session? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, why did W text Scylla at 3 a.m. to schedule a studio session? Okay, love, let's see. The moon, always coming up for him. Page of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles, Two of Swords reversed, also always coming up for him, and Nine of Swords. Okay. I was going to say, well, given that last night was Saturday, you know, people go out on Saturday night, stay out late, usually don't have work, depending on what they do. So I figured he was like out and about with his friends and like got home and had this on his mind. Now, I don't think he went out with his friends on Saturday night. I think he was working like all day Saturday. He definitely had insomnia. We literally have the insomnia card with the Nine of Swords. He couldn't sleep. I don't know when you apologized to him. I don't know when your guys' silence came to an end. I don't know if it's you that was keeping him awake. I think you were part of it. You are on his mind for sure, but it's Nine of Swords. There's a lot of things on his mind right now. He's a busy guy. He works a lot. He's got a lot going on. A lot of things going on. A lot of projects. This moon card I'm taking actually very, very literally. He's definitely more of a night owl. He does his best work the later it is. I totally get him on that standpoint. Also, he's a Cancer. He's ruled by the moon. And he was definitely up working like that. He was not out partying like I initially thought. Like maybe he was out partying and like texted, wanted an excuse to text Scylla. No, he was in this. I think he was in the studio, quite frankly. And yeah, honestly, same. Might schedule a night session next, which you said that's crazy. It's not crazy. I think I think it's totally normal. I think if some people work great in the morning, I don't. I have work tomorrow morning at 8:30. I hate those early classes. Oh my god. I work much better in the evening. Like, when's the earliest you ever see me go live? Like, well, probably when I'm like in Europe or something. But when I'm in California, the earliest I think I've ever gone live might have been like 2 o'clock. Like the gears don't start turning for me like in a creative direction or in a spiritual direction until about that time. Yeah. And so he was definitely up working. We have both of well, there's 3 cards in the deck that feature the moon. That's not true. There's more. But we have 2 cards here that are both featuring the moon. I do want just a little bit of clarity on this Two of Swords reversed here. Yeah. So this Nine of Swords here, as I mentioned, like you are one of the reasons why he was up. You were absolutely on his mind. We don't text people who aren't on our mind, and the way he saw it was not like, am I possibly overstepping a boundary by texting her late at night? Am I going to give her not the wrong idea, but give her an idea that I'm trying to move things super fast in a certain direction? That didn't really occur to him. What he was thinking was like, I know I want to work with Scylla again. That I know for sure. And if we can lock something down, that will eradicate a lot of that will get rid of at least one of the stress, one of the 9 swords that I'm dealing with in my life. And he did precisely that. He took matters into his own hands with this Page of Pentacles here, and he set up, you guys, I don't know, you guys actually set up something, but he at least planted the seed. I'm going to assume you guys have scheduled something, or at least are talking about the, well, you mentioned you guys are talking about the potential of a night doing it in the evening. He was like, just got home, so he was thinking of me even after the text all night. So he's stressed about me and I was not finishing our track and not talking. It's not the only thing he's stressing about. He has other things going on in his life, but it's one of the things that, yeah, what was stressing him out. He wanted to lock it down, wants to make sure that this is for sure going to happen, and he did that. Page of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles. Even if you guys don't have your return schedule this week, still waiting for him. I think he's sleeping right now. Okay, so yeah, he's a real night owl for sure. And I'm the same way. On the weekends, I get up hell of late. Like, if I don't have my other job, like I get up way late. Like, I'm not even gonna say what time I woke up today. It's no one's business, but it was late. But yeah, no, he just wanted to make sure he planted that seed of locking this down, this studio sesh with you. So all good stuff. All good stuff. This is really important to him that this happens, and it wouldn't be important to him if he wasn't worried. You know, we don't worry about things that aren't important to us. For sure, love. For sure, we can continue on. Absolutely. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Scylla. Please go ahead and post your question right there in the chat. Thank you. Oh, I thank you. I agree. I agree. I think it's just the right amount of time for someone to like get to the bottom of something. Either the number of cards or multiple questions, and still allows for a legit flow with the queue. So thank you, Miss Scylla. I appreciate that. It was one of those like intuitive like business ideas that I had. Like it just kind of like, it wasn't a rule I like made one day. Actually, it kind of was like I was, I think 20 is a good number, and then commence. I'm going to have to drive back home soon. Do you think you'll still be on by 10 p.m.? I wonder if I can ask my questions later. 10 p.m. What time zone are you in, H? I'm Pacific time. I'll be on for at least another hour and 15 minutes, which would be around 8:15 my time. Otherwise, you can always post your question, and I can read it for you. Or you can donate $5 to skip the queue, and so you can do one. Yeah, either donate $5 to skip the queue, or you can post your question, and I'll read for you, and I'll timestamp it. But depending on what, I don't know what your time zone is. Why was W up last night, worried about me overall, and was he up at night about me? Okay, angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Why was W worried about Scylla last night? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Why was the thought of Scylla keeping W awake last night? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Why was the thought of Scylla keeping W awake last night? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, why was the thought of Scylla keeping W awake last night? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, why was the thought of Scylla keeping W awake last night? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, why was the thought of Scylla keeping W awake last night? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, why was the thought of Scylla keeping W awake last night? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, why was the thought of Scylla keeping W awake last night? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, why was the thought of Scylla keeping W awake last night? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, why was the thought of Scylla keeping W awake last night? Okay, let's see. Justice reversed, the Hangman reversed, Judgment reversed, Seven of Pentacles reversed, and the Star. Okay. So, as I said in your last reading, yes, you were one of those 9 swords that was keeping him awake last night. He's got a lot on his plate, love. I think you know that. Because I think you've told me that. He's a busy bee. He has a lot of work on his plate. He's a social butterfly. Business dealings, money dealings, family matters. He's got a lot on his plate. We all do, but he has an exceptionally large amount on his plate, especially right now. And again, I don't know when you guys started speaking to one another again, but the fact that the two of you have started speaking with one another again has it kind of heightened his caution. Again, I mentioned earlier, it heightened his level of cautiousness. He was already feeling cautious towards you because he knows he's interested in you, and he's just observing, and he's a social butterfly. Yeah, he has friends. You even told me that he was out last night, and he said he was out last night. He networks a lot. He knows a lot of people. He I don't want to say he schmoozes, but he's, I mean, and to work in the arts, you kind of have to. It's kind of the name of the game, girl. Yeah, he was like, just got home. Yeah, I should be way before then. I'll hop back on in the next 15 minutes or so. Oh, legit, perfect. Thank you so much, H. Thank you for letting me know. And there's nothing wrong with being a social butterfly. I think it's a really good quality. It's something I really personally I admire. Because you guys had that period of silence, he was feeling stuck with his hangman reversed. He knew that you guys were talking again, but he wasn't exactly sure what the future held for the two of you. And he wanted to lock that down. I keep on hearing that, locking it down, locking something down. He wanted to lock that opportunity down. He didn't want to lose or miss this opportunity with you, this judgment reversed. And I'll repeat myself. He had, it's the Nine of Swords. Nine of Swords is the insomnia / anxiety card. It's my least favorite card in the deck of 78 because it's like a personal, like there's a personal like hatred with me in that card. Like it hits hard. As someone who deals with panic attack disorder, I hate the Nine of Swords. And yeah, it's we've all been through it when we're going through insomnia that's not related to, sometimes we have insomnia and it's just like we drink too much coffee or whatever. But that insomnia where you're like actually physically exhausted, but your mind just won't let you go to sleep because you're thinking about this, that, the other, do A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, and I. You were one of those letters, and with the Seven of Pentacles reversed, he was able to alleviate part of his anxiety, part of what was causing his insomnia, the anxiety, the insomnia. He wants to keep the channels of communication between you flowing and flowing helpfully and clearly with the star. If he's got you on his mind at 3 a.m. because he wants to book you for the studio because he fears that he might miss you in the daytime, then he's going to go ahead and do it. Because notice how he didn't call you at 3 a.m. He didn't overstep that boundary because he did take into consideration she may be asleep right now. And that, because that's at least that's my boundary. Like if I text someone super late at night, it has to be for a good reason, someone who I have a pretty good rapport with, texting wise, and just in general. And also, I bear in mind that most people have their phones on silent when they sleep. Not everyone, but a lot of people do. So I think that's something that he also assumed was, if she's awake, she'll see it, she'll read it, we can talk. I'm awake, we can talk. This would be a time we could talk. If she's sleeping, I don't want to wake her up. I want to let her get her beauty sleep, and we can talk. But if I text her, she'll at least see it when she wakes up, and we can start this dialogue, commence this dialogue, talking about, the details about our next studio sesh. He really played it cool in the studio when it came to your performance, your output, but he really liked it. He thought you did a really good job with the star card. He sees a lot of potential in you and wants to harness the creativity that you flow forth, and wants to keep basking in your starlight. He was really afraid that this might have been over when you guys weren't talking. I see it as kind of him, but why say let's move everything to the group chat though? I don't know why. I mean, that would be a second question asking about the group chat. I would assume because I don't think it was for any I don't think he was trying to manipulate you or anything like that. I think it was just like, how about we separate our personal conversations to our personal chat, me and you, and separate the work compartmentalize it to the group chat so that it's compartmentalized. That makes sense to me. Having some separation between romance and work. I don't think he was trying to play games or put some boundary up that shouldn't be there. Yeah. But that is what I'm seeing for you, love. Thank you very much, Scylla. I love you too, girl. Thank you very, very much. And if you have additional questions, don't hesitate to come back and ask. I will be here for at least another hour. So, yeah, thank you so much. Absolutely, love. Absolutely. I'm glad you loved your reading. So I don't think H is here, but I'm going to just check and call out her name. Natural Beauty, Miss H, if you are here, please come to the chat because it is your turn. If Natural Beauty is not here in the next 3 minutes, that means that she is on the road, which she said she might be. I just want to make sure she's not watching. If she is not here, we will move to the next person in the queue, which is K. Versatile Finish. Natural Beauty, Miss H, please come to the chat. It is your turn. Thank you very much. Miss Natural Beauty, please come to the chat. It is your turn. Thank you. Natural Beauty, Miss H, if you are here, please come to the chat. Or if you would like to wait until you're off the road, you can do that too. Not a problem. Natural Beauty, H, please come to the chat. It is your turn. Thank you. Natural Beauty, H, please come to the chat, love. It is your turn. Thank you. Natural Beauty, please come to the chat. Alright, so she is not here, so we are going to move on to K. Mr. Versatile Finish. K, please come to the chat. It is your turn. Thank you. Kay, hey Kay, thank you so much for your very generous donation. Okay, so you donated $49.99. So okay, so that comes to a 15 card reading and a 10 card reading. So you currently have 25 cards. Okay, how did you want to? I'm assuming you have more than one question. Sure, yeah. We can do, so we'll do one 15 card question and one 10 card. For your first question, would you like that to be 10 cards or 15? Sure, absolutely. We'll start with the general reading. Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides, please provide K with any and all messages that he needs to hear at this time. Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides, please provide K with any and all messages that he needs to hear at this time. Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides, please provide K with any and all messages he needs to hear at this time. Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides, please provide K with any and all messages that he needs to hear at this time. Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides, please provide K with any and all messages that he needs to hear at this time. Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides, please provide K with any and all messages that he needs to hear at this time. Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides, please provide K with any and all messages he needs to hear at this time. Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides, please provide K with any and all messages he needs to hear at this time. Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides, Please provide K with any and all messages he needs to hear at this time. Thanks, messages and spirit guides. Please provide K with any and all messages that he needs to hear at this time. Thanks, messages and spirit guides. Please provide K with any and all messages he needs to hear at this time. Thanks, messages and spirit guides. Please provide K with any and all messages that he needs to hear at this time. Thanks, messages and spirit guides. Please provide K with any and all messages that he needs to hear at this time. Thanks, messages and spirit guides. Please provide K with any and all messages he needs to hear at this time. Thanks, messages and spirit guides. Please provide K with any and all messages he needs to hear at this time. Thanks, messages and spirit guides. Please provide K with any and all messages he needs to hear at this time. Thanks, messages and spirit guides. Please provide K with any and all messages he needs to hear at this time. Thanks, messages and spirit guides. Please provide K with any and all messages he needs to hear at this time. Thanks, messages and spirit guides. Please provide K with any and all messages he needs to hear at this time. Thanks, messages and spirit guides. Please provide K with any and all messages he needs to hear at this time. We have Seven of Cups, Seven of Wands reversed, Strength, that's you, Two of Pentacles, Knight of Cups reversed, Two of Cups, Nine of Cups reversed, Six of Swords reversed, Two of Swords reversed, Temperance, the Hermit, Queen of Cups reversed, the Tower reversed, Justice reversed, and Six of Wands. Okay. Interesting. Okay. So we'll start right here with this first column, this Seven of Cups, Two of Cups, and the Hermit. The Seven of Cups is all about taking decisive action, making a decision, making a choice, usually in regards to something or someone who we are coveting, like choosing a romantic partner, choosing a job, choosing a new career, choosing something to invest in. But it's definitely a card of that represents like dreams, wishes, choices, opportunities that you would like to see come to manifestation. But as you can see here, even the Golden Girls art, the look on her face, it's like she hasn't made a decision about which cup to choose here. She's got all these cups that she knows that she wants, but she doesn't know which one to grab first. She doesn't know how to grab it. She doesn't know whether she should grab it. And when I say she, I really mean you. But it's Rose from the Golden Girls in the card, so I was saying she, but you were not a she. And then we have this Two of Cups right underneath, which is telling me that this Seven of Cups is pertaining to matters of the heart, most likely. Two of Cups being, in my opinion, one of the most significant romance, love cards in the deck. A divinely ordained connection between two people, two lovers. And then we have the Hermit right here at the very bottom, which is telling me that, oh, okay, I'll skip, and I gotta skip ahead like a CD player, or like a CD that's skipping. We got this, or like a record, this, I'm just gonna go right here to the Seven of Wands reversed. I remember the last reading I did for you, the Seven of Wands showed up upright, I believe right here, either right here or right here. And I said that it was Spirit was saying that it was time to take some decisive action, towards something like some definitive action that's going to give you a definitive, solid answer as to whether whatever this is in question is attainable. And with this Hermit card, right at the very bottom here, this is telling me that since and correct me if I'm wrong, but since I last spoke with you, since I last did that last reading for you, which wasn't too long ago, I believe it was Thursday night. It was the last time I read, because I remember it was the Barbie deck, and I used that last time. I'm correct me if I'm wrong, but I get the sense that you haven't taken that definitive decisive action that Spirit was suggesting that you take now, as we have this Seven of Wands reversed here, and also this Hermit upright is a signifier of two things: that this is on your mind still. This moment of action is you're ruminating on it. It's still on your mind. And while we do have this Two of Cups here, which is a signifier of two people in harmony, the Hermit is definitely a singles card. Like the High Priestess, the Hermit are definitely both cards of being on one's own, but also like in a reflective manner. Now, the Seven of Wands reversed, again, is telling me that there is a good chance that you may not have taken that action, and that's fine. Spirit is not admonishing you if you have not taken that definitive, decisive action. We just received a donation from Miss Jewel. Thank you so much, love, for your donation. Yes, long time no see. I hope you are doing well. Yeah, I used the advice earlier today. She told me she likes me but isn't ready for a relationship. Oh, you did take the advice. Okay. Gotcha. So that's what you're ruminating on here with this Hermit. So she likes you, but she's not ready for a relationship. I see. Okay. So that's why the wands are down here. I hear you, man. Okay. By relationship, I mean like dating. She's still, yeah. That was the energy I picked up. I didn't pick up the energy that she, when you told me that, it didn't sound like she didn't want you in her life anymore. Just that she's not looking for a romantic connection right now. And correct me if I'm wrong, but there we have this Nine of Cups reversed here. This is a card of dissatisfaction, discontentment. You're not mad. You're a sweetheart too. You're obviously not mad at her. Hey, I'll let you finish versus me. Oh, okay, love. Thank you, Angel. You're not mad at her. A little mad at the situation. Or just, I'd say, not even mad, but just frustrated, disappointed. She is still in your life, and she's still your friend. But at this time, it has given you clarity as to why things are moving in that direction. She sounds like she does need time. She's not ready for a relationship right now. But yeah, it's also put you in a position where you've had to pause for some self-reflection. With this Queen of Cups reversed, the Queen, I remember also in your last reading that we did on Thursday, we had the Queen of Cups and it was upright. It was right here, and this, I don't know why I'm like photographically remembering your last reading, but I remember the Queen of Cups was upright and it was right there. And she said, at the moment, which that's got to mean something, I'm at a crossroads. Yeah, at the moment. and she's not kicking you out of her life. You know, she still wants to be friends with you. Now, when someone says at the moment, she has not, obviously that is not a definitive timeline. So that does leave you kind of in a place of limbo. Um, and I'm seeing that here. You still, your desire has not gone away for her. It's still very much there. It's still very strong. You still very much desire her, but it has put you in this kind of place of limbo where, or at a crossroads, as you say, the Six of Swords reversed. Like, um, that's not a definitive time, and calls into question what I'm going to say, which is, since she did not give you a definitive timeline, you've got to give her a definitive timeline. Now, when I say that, I don't mean saying to her, hey, if you don't want to be my girlfriend in 6 months' time, I'm not down to be friend zoned. That's not it. First, I want you to consider the fact that you might be friend zoned. This might be a situation where you are getting friend zoned. It might not be, but it might be. Now, and I've had to ask a lot of clients this, and friends of mine this, and myself this too. I know you guys are friends, but I also know you're attracted to her and would like this to go to the next level. If it turned out that she never wants to be in a relationship with you for whatever reason, you find out she's gay, or I don't know, would you be cool with being friends with her and never being able to date her? That's one question. And I think one way, this is going to sound messed up, dude, but one way that helps me answer that question honestly is analyzing the friendship with a different, like, person's body and face. Like, if they didn't look the way that they did, if they looked totally different, if they were in a different physical form, would you want to be friends with them? Are they the type of person who you would just have as a friend? Are they like super ride or die, and like the type of person that has the similar interests and similar interests and desires in activities and whatnot? Would you want to still be her friend, or would the interests go away? Because that's how I ask myself, and I've prompted other clients to ask that, and they've said it's been helpful. I hope it doesn't come off sounding mean or shallow at all. It's not at all. It's not. It's just like a litmus test, basically. Like, if she didn't look the way she did, is she someone who you'd have in your circle of friends? If so, then she's likely someone who you would want to keep as a friend. Or if the idea of being friends with her and seeing her starting to date another guy would would you be okay with that, or would that tear you apart? That's another thing to consider as well. Yeah, I wouldn't consider dating her if I didn't like her as a friend. Yeah, I like minds more than faces, for sure. And that's why I asked the question, because that's a big part of what draws us to a lot of people is not just their look. Obviously, physical appearance is important for everyone biologically, for some more than others. But especially Leos and Aquariuses, friends first. You know, at least for me, I'm single, but I want my future partner to also be my best friend. You know, I want them. So the people I'm attracted to, yeah, we do have those similar interests. If it was just a hot guy and we had nothing in common, and didn't jive well, yeah, you know, it wouldn't last long. But definitely, if she was dating another person, the friendship would go on hold. Yeah, as far as the deep connection wise, there would be a barrier. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's one that's tough to reconcile with sometimes. that's often the most difficult one to reconcile with. Like, have if she were to meet a guy and suddenly she felt ready for a relationship and decided to date him, yeah, that I think you know how you would feel, and it would be wise to put. I think it would be wise to put the friendship on hold if that were the case. And yeah, we've got this tower reversed here. Just like, yeah, this crossroads moment, like hanging like at a precipice. And what I was saying earlier about the timeline thing, I don't mean saying to her like, hey, if you're not my girlfriend in this many months or whatever, I don't want, I need to know. I would just like, this is what I mean by timeline. Like, if you and her aren't dating and you pick the time. If you and her aren't dating in 6 months, 3 months, a year, or if she starts dating someone else within that time frame, that's the time to either pull away and or just start opening up to other people, keeping your eyes open and your heart open to other women, which I don't think is a bad idea to do now as well, since there's nothing certain with her. It wouldn't be in your in it wouldn't be a disservice for you to meet another nice young lady. And I'm seeing this with this Two of Pentacles. It's like you're not bound to her. You're not bound to anybody. So you certainly wouldn't be cheating on anybody if you met a girl and started flirting with her, started talking to her, took her to coffee, whatever. And here's the question too. Here's another question too, Kay. If you did meet another young lady who you were really drawn to, mind, body, spirit, and she was emotionally available and was ready for a relationship, would you be open to that, or is your heart like only focused on this young lady right now? Just a question, and you don't have to answer me right now, and you don't have to answer me at all, but it's just a question I think is important to ask, and just want to ask yourself and consider. Because this Two of Swords reverse. You're in the dark. You're in the dark. I mean, you've gotten some clarity. That she's, we know this much. We know that she's not wanting to be in a relationship with you right now, or or as she claims, a romantic relationship at all right now in general. Yes, I would. I can't be in limbo forever. Exactly. Yeah. So keep that in mind. Talking to other young ladies is not cheating. Don't feel badly. Don't feel guilty. This is still open season. If she's not ready, but someone else is who's wonderful, then definitely keep that door open. It's Justice reversed card. It's kind of, put you in a little bit of a state of imbalance, emotional lack of equilibrium, I guess I should say, which makes sense. I would feel the same way. Or maybe you don't feel too much of an emotional imbalance, but confusion, Two of Swords reversed, and Justice reversed. Justice is blind. It's like you've only seen you've seen part of the truth. You've gotten some clarity, but you haven't gotten full clarity. We don't know how, and she doesn't know how long it'll be till she's ready to be in a romantic relationship. So she can't give that answer either. But you also can't wait around, forever. You can't, as you said, you can't be in limbo forever. And Yeah, this Knight of Cups reversed, I think it's just Spirit saying that it's good to stay grounded in reality right now, which you very much appear to be super well grounded in reality at this time. You don't seem to be clinging to any false hopes. Um, you know that she likes you. We know that she likes you, but you are still healthfully questioning. Um, well, that's great that she likes me. I like her, but if you know, if she doesn't want to be with me, then what's the point? Friendship's great. Friendship's wonderful, but pining over a friend is tough, especially when you're looking for that partner who is your best friend and your lover, which is what I think you are looking for, and is the most ideal thing to look for. So yeah, this Knight of Cups reversed does represent some disappointment, which is totally reasonable, absolutely reasonable. You flowed forth towards her with this Temperance card. You 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 were honest about your feelings towards her, and you earnestly just asked where she's at, and she hopefully very earnestly told you where she's at, and hoping that everything she said was just completely, totally real. That she genuinely does like you, and that she's just not ready for a relationship. I don't know if she said why she's not ready for a relationship, if she got into that, but that I'm curious about myself, as I'm sure I'm sure you're curious about too. Temperance is also about being patient, being careful and considerate in love, um, which you have been above and beyond, Kay. You have been nothing but a gentleman towards her in every action and communication. And I'm not saying that because I have spyware where I see all your moves, Kate. No, I'm just kidding. I see every move you make. No, I just have every reason to believe that the encounters, the time that you've spent with her, you've been nothing but a gentleman. You've been nothing but patient and kind with her. Since day one, we've been talking about, you've been interested in her. I think you started liking her back in like around September, I want to say. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it feels like it was around that time. But Spirit is saying, good news, Spirit is saying, regardless of what the outcome ends up being with her specifically, you're going to end up being the victor here. You will end up triumphing. You will end up winning in the end in some way. And you will not be stuck in limbo forever. Love will win. Love will prevail. You will find victory. It may not be with her specifically, but love is on the horizon for you. I do see that. And you're in a good place to meet people. To you go to the gym. I know you work. It's not like you're like in hermit mode. I know we have the hermit card. And you are kind of in hermit mode in the sense that you are introspectively thinking about what she said and what that entails going forward. But you're not hiding away from the world. You're not just like staying in your room and not associating or socializing with people. You meet people regularly. You meet new people. You talk. I would believe, maybe I'm wrong, but I get the sense that you're a confident fellow. It's easy for you to communicate with people, talk to people. You're a Leo, charismatic, communicative, easy to break bread with all types of folks. You can find some way to connect with someone, and that opens up doors, and not just romantic doors, all types of doors. But Spirit is saying that you did not make any false moves here. You did what you should have done. You made the right move. You took that action. It's such a different feeling to be in the upside down of friend zone and dating, or even close friends. Oh, oh, yeah, like, you mean, like, being friend zoned feels so different to friend zoning someone? They both feel bad. I've had to friend zone people, not had to, but have told them, I adore you as a friend, but I'm not interested in romance with you. Is that okay? Some folks have said no. Many have said yes. Um, with some that said yes, I don't think they actually were okay with it. Because when I started dating someone else, I'd get upset. There were a few that were actually fine with it that I'm still friends with today. Not as many, but it's hard on both sides. It's you're right. It's a very different feeling. Um, Very different feeling. Yeah, I would have to agree with you there. And I'm not even remembering what her name is. Upside down is a limbo place, and I was gonna say, yeah, I know the upside. I was figuring you were referencing Stranger Things. Um, he likes you, but they're not ready, and reasons are unaware for both people. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So okay, so you're saying essentially like friend zone. Being in the friend zone is like being in the upside down. I get you. I get you. Yeah, yeah. You're existing in the same world, but not. um, I mean, you are existing in the same world, but as you said, like there's a lot that's unseen. Um, there was some clarity revealed. We know that she's not ready for a romantic relationship with you. Um, we know that she likes you, but yeah, we don't know how long she, you know she's gonna take to come around. That's definitely some upside down feelings there. I hear you. And so for your 10 card reading, you wanted to ask. You mentioned about being. You wanted to ask about being at the in the like at the crossroads. Advice for how to navigate where you're at right now. I'm assuming that's what you were implying when you said that you're at the crossroads. Is this situation? And my second question was, what advice does my guides have for the next phase of my life? Let's see. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what advice do you have for Kay regarding the next phase of his life? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what advice do you have for Kay regarding the next phase of his life? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what advice do you have for Kay regarding the next phase of his life? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what advice do you have for Kay regarding the next phase of his life? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what advice do you have for Kay regarding the next phase of his life? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what advice do you have for Kay regarding the next phase of his life? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what advice do you have for Kay regarding the next phase for his life? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what advice do you have for Kay regarding the next phase of his life? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what advice do you have for Kay regarding the next phase of his life? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what advice do you have for Kay regarding the next phase of his life? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what advice do you have for Kay regarding the next phase of his life? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what advice do you have for Kay regarding the next phase of his life? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what advice do you have for Kay regarding the next phase of his life? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what advice do you have for Kay regarding the next phase of his life? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, what advice do you have for the next phase of Kay's life? Knight of Wands, the Magician reversed, King of Swords reversed, Nine of Pentacles, Knight of Cups, Ace of Pentacles, Queen of Swords reversed, Ace of Wands, Six of Swords reversed, and Nine of Wands reversed. Okay. Wow. Ace of Wands, Ace of Pentacles, both here. When you say the next phase of your life, Kay, you mean in general, right? We're not talking about the girl anymore. We're talking about just in general Kay's life moving forward, correct? Okay. So we have this Knight of Wands, this beautiful Knight of Wands and Ace of Pentacles. You have a lot of fantastic opportunities on the horizon for you with this Knight of Wands here. The Knight of Wands is like, go forth, my friend. Like, you have the courage, you have the energy, you have the charm, the charisma. You have a bit of a rebellious nature within you, but within the bounds and confines of the law, of course. But the Knight of Wands represents like just going for it. It represents adventure, pursuing your desires fearlessly. And the Knight of Wands is the Knight of Swords is the fastest moving knight. Knight of Wands is he moves at like the perfect pace. And you mentioned the next phase of your life. Well, we have two aces here. Aces being the beginnings, new beginnings. Ace of Pentacles. There is a new job on the horizon for you, my friend. There are new financial gifts will be lining. Lining your wallet in the very near future. I know we've talked about this too, how working at your job full time right now does not meet your current financial goals, and how I've seen in other readings spirits saying that if you were to just look more deeper, more frequently, you would see that there's definitely not just one, but multiple other opportunities out there for you that would enable you to leave this job and completely, because working at this other job full time, would provide you with the pentacles that would meet your goals, your needs. And yeah, I really gotta meet my financial goals. It would open up so many doors. And it would enable you to save more, invest more, create more. Yes, more money, more opportunities. Absolutely, absolutely. And when I say investments, I don't mean necessarily like traditional investments. Also investing in oneself. Like if you were wanting to start a small side business or something, or a creative endeavor, you'll have that opportunity, you'll have that ability with this Ace of Pentacles. Spirit is saying right now, yeah, you with this Magician reversed card, it's not saying, Spirit's not saying that you don't have the wands, that you don't have the swords, that you don't have the cups, that you don't have the pentacles. Nay, with the Magician reversed, in this context, what they're saying is that you're not utilizing all of the resources that you do have at this time, of which you have quite a few. You're smart as hell. Okay, you're a very smart guy. You go forth. You go for it. You've got that Leo Lions energy. You've got definitely got the wands. You work full time, and I know that it doesn't meet your financial goals at this time, but it will once you shift gears and you have a cup of love to give. You are an emotionally available young man. And Spirit is saying, I don't think they're talking about money or love here. I think they're talking about wands, especially with this Knight of Wands right next to it. I think they're saying that you've got to wands and swords, because we got the King of Swords reversed and the Queen of Swords reversed right underneath. You're not using your mind, and you're not putting your ideas into action as much as you should right now. You are, and it's preventing you from finding those opportunities that would open up those doors for you. So they want you to get on this ASAP, like literally devote time every day to finding a new job, but even if it's not every day, treating it like a job. Looking for a job is like a job. It is a job in and of itself, really. If you can't do it every day, but make it a disciplined schedule. Like, I'm going to search for jobs from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. on Mondays, from 9 a.m. to noon on Tuesdays, whatever your schedule is, but you've got to be super disciplined about it. Otherwise, you're going to miss out on opportunities, and you might be at risk of feeling embittered about it. And like seeing a pattern where there isn't one, like trying to if you miss a Spirit is saying that if you were to look more thoroughly than you are currently, I don't know how often you look for another job, but if you were to really put your mind to it, there's no doubt that you would find something great, dude. That would really transform. It would be transformative in every way. And with this Queen of Swords reversed, it's not that you would see it as a pattern, but it would be more like in missing the opportunity, resentment would build. Yeah, I get what you're saying. Utilize people, internet, place, all the above to create and take advantage of opportunities. I gotta do it more consistently. Precisely. And yeah, and actually you added something more to what I was saying. I was saying setting a schedule in terms of looking for work. You added even more to that. That's very Knight of Cups of you. You're not limiting your job searching to just job searching sites. You're also talking about networking with people in person, taking advantage of those opportunities. Utilizing people, internet, places, all the above. Yeah. I didn't say that. You said that. So that's really, really on brand for you, and really on brand with this reading here. We have this King of Swords reversed and this beautiful Ace of Wands. Ace of Wands, again, being another new beginning. We were talking this reading being a question of new beginnings, of new horizons. But first I want to look at this King of Swords reversed for a moment. We have, as I just mentioned, we have this Queen of Swords reversed just right here. And then we have the King of Swords just right next to her. Why does the King of Swords look exactly like Jeffrey Epstein. Gross. Ew. A weird cartoon of Jeffrey Epstein. Sorry about that. But it does. I was like, why does, okay, yeah. Anyway, so King of Swords reversed, very Epstein energy, but not in this reading. There's no Epstein energy in this reading. Do not worry. Just the fact that that weird cartoon looks like him. Yeah, King of Swords reversed is often about abuse of power, which again, sorry to keep on bringing up Epstein, but in the news, abuse of power. But in this context, it's not an abuse of power; it's a neglect of implementing your mind, one of your resources here, your sword, both the Queen and the King of Swords. If you don't fully, sorry, I don't mean to sound like a harping auntie or teacher. I'm sorry, but yeah, these are your spirit guides. They're your ancestral spirits too. They can't stress enough that you got to do this super consistently, and they can't promise enough that it will result in new beginnings, new opportunities. Really, really strong. Really, really strong. The Ace of Wands is literally the first card in the deck, or in the minor arcana at least. Yeah, you are definitely going to, very soon, you will be able to sit back and observe, and like really like lovingly and proudly observe the fruits of your labor, the seeds that you've planted, the hard work that you've put into your life, into all aspects of your life. And it's the precursor to that beautiful Ten of Pentacles, and you will get there. You're right, I'm stronger than I think. I can't hold myself back in any way because it's all possible. Totally, dude. Totally. The Ace of Wands, the Magician, even though it's reversed, the Ace of Pentacles. Ace of Pentacles was Crowley's favorite. He thought it was the most powerful card in the entire deck. I think Ten of Pentacles is, but that's okay. We can always disagree. The Magician also, yeah, it's just, it's saying like, yo, dude, you got so much going on. You've got so many gifts, and not everyone was born with these gifts. You're very lucky. And so stay in the present moment and harness all possible possibilities. Otherwise, you'll end up feeling stuck with the Six of Swords reversed. Resentful, stuck. But as I mentioned earlier, you went a step further than I did. I didn't even think to mention or suggest, like, networking with people IRL, networking with people in different communities online, in different communities in real life. There are so many opportunities, so many different ways of finding a new career opportunity. And it's not like you have to find a job. It's not like you don't have a job, and so you have to find any opportunity that you can. That's the beauty of it, is you already have a job. Yeah, it doesn't pay you as much as you need right now. It doesn't match the goals that you have, but there's no pressure in terms of like, if I don't find a job, I won't be able to feed myself or put a roof over my head. It's not like that. So you have time, but don't act as though you have time. Embrace the fact that you have the luxury of not having to take just the first job that comes your way. You know what I mean? Because being discerning is also going to come in clutch here as well, for sure. And you are going to find different creative ways of finding this wonderful new opportunity for you, that I know is out there. And yeah, Nine of Pentacles, Nine of Wands reversed. Things are just gonna get easier for you, bro. I mean, yeah, that's part of what happens when we start making more money. Things inherently get easier. I mean, not always. I mean, it doesn't make like emotional issues easier or mental issues easier, but money can, we can pay to, get out of lines, or, we can pay, and knowing that we're not going to have difficulty paying our bills. Not like I'm saying you do have that, but knowing that you can cover all your bases, and it is what you have right now, but it's going to be even better with this new opportunity. You're going to be able to really enjoy and admire the fruits of your labor. Yeah, I gotta get ahead of the game of life. You're doing just great. You're doing really. You're not on the wrong path. Okay, like Spirit would say really loudly if you were on a totally wrong path. They're saying you're on the right path, and you do good things, and you're focused, and you're motivated. You do good work. You're a hard worker. You're a charming, delightful person. You're very, very smart. And there was something else I was gonna add. Yeah, so you're participating just fine in the game of life. You're doing great, but what Spirit is saying is they're kind of answering what you've been. I don't want to say complaining about, but because that's not a nice. I don't like that connotation. But what you've been saying, grappling with, wanting more from life. There's just something more out there that you want that you can't quite put your finger on. Money is a good start, because then you can start discovering things that you are looking for. Maybe it's travel, maybe it's more leisure time, but it's this to me is Spirit saying, yeah, you want your life upgraded. Well, 100%, it can be upgraded, and you can see the things that you want to see come to manifestation in your life. It's 100% in your hands, my friend. It's in your hands, and they're gonna meet you halfway. It's not just you. Like, you are a very magical dude, and you've got a lot of gifts. You were blessed with a lot of gifts. But what this is also about is them saying, hey, we hear you. We hear that you're wanting more from life, and we're going to meet you halfway. We want to meet you halfway because we want you to be as happy as possible. That's our Spirit guide's goal. Stay on the path you're on. Just work harder at it. You know that you need to find to get away from the job you're currently at. Not in a desperate way, or a way that's like you're not safe, but just to. I believe that would answer your call. I'm grateful that they're pointing me in the right direction, that I can access and change. Yes, absolutely. I appreciate the readings always. You are so welcome, Kay. I appreciate you as always. This was a very, very in-depth reading, and I really hope I brought you some major clarity here. Because yeah, I think it definitely answers some major questions that you've been having regarding just like life in general. Good things are coming towards you, my friend. They are definitely coming towards you. Thank you so much again. Love and light to you. All right, so I'm gonna call out H's name. H, are you out there? Natural Beauty. H, Natural Beauty. And hello, Miss Angel. How are you doing, sweet pea? Long time no see. Hi, there she is. H is here. Good to see you, love. Okay, please go ahead and post your first question. Thank you. Hey, my internet purge ended about a week ago, so I'm back. Still don't use my phone much, though. I'm doing well, thank you, Angel. I just celebrated a birthday a few weeks ago. I'm doing great. Thank you for asking. I hope you're doing well. What is the energy between Tez and I? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides, what is the energy between Tez and H? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides, what is the energy between Tez and H? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, what is the energy between Tez and H? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, what is the energy between Tez and H? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, what is the energy between Tez and H? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, what is the energy between Tez and H? And what is Tez's sign? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, what is the energy between Tez and H? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, what is the energy between Tez and H? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, what is the energy between Tez and H? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, what is the energy between Tez and H? We have the Moon reversed, Queen of Wands, the Magician reversed, Justice reversed, and Queen of Cups reversed. This is like a brand new connection, is it not, H? This feels really new, especially with the Moon reversed here. It's like the energy is, I don't want to say that it's not possible to be read, but it's difficult. It's almost like, it's not bad. What I'm seeing is not bad. It's more neutral. I do see, because with the Moon reversed, it's that which is unknown, and when it's especially when it's doubled down, or when it's reversed, it's like doubled down. So I feel like there's definitely discovery that should commence between the two of you. More needs to, you should know more about him, or I think Tez is a he. You should know more about Tez. Tez should get to know more about you. There is an element of desire, of attraction, or at least interest. So here's some backstory. We met at the beginning of this month. We were actually neighbors. We ran into each other because we were both leaving our places, and we spoke for a while. Okay, so yeah, there definitely is attraction. And have you guys only spoken once? Did you exchange numbers? Yeah. So there definitely is attraction, and I'm not just saying that because you came here and asked about him. I do feel like he is physically attracted to you too, but it was. I know you guys talked for a little while, but it was a month ago, and he didn't forget about it. If he were to see you again, he would recognize you, and he would likely say hello to you. It's just he's got a lot in his life. He's got a lot going on in his life, love. With this Magician reversed, he's a very busy bee. I don't know if it's work, family, friends, all of the above. But he does have a lot going on in his mind. I will say, I'm not trying to disappoint you or make you feel pessimistic, but at least at this time, with this Queen of Cups reversed, while he does and did find you physically attractive, he's not emotionally available at this time. And that's part of this Magician reversed card. He's got a lot going on. The first time we spoke, I asked for his number, and I did feel a connection. We texted throughout the month and met again tonight and spoke for a while. I'm trying to read his energy. So you've been texting for over a month, and you met tonight. You met up tonight, and you spoke for a while. Did you guys did you guys like go to dinner, or was it just like a brief kind of meeting? Because now that you've told me that, now I'm starting to grow a little concerned actually about the Moon reversed and the Magician. It's because the Moon reversed and the Magician reversed could have an alternate meaning here. I was under the impression that this was like someone who you only met like once, and were kind of like wondering if you were still on their mind. So you've been texting with him for a month. You've met up. Okay. I think there's something that he. No, we ran into each other. Oh, you ran into each other again. Okay, okay. I think that there is a lot that he is concealing from you. The Magician reversed, the Moon reversed, and that's not to say that there isn't a lot going on in his life, but I do feel like there is something that he is concealing or trying to keep under wraps. I don't know if it's like a whole ass woman or a kid or I don't know, but there's some spirit is saying that there's something you need to know about him. Um, and when I see this Queen of Cups reversed, that is emotional unavailability. Queen of Wands is desire and attraction for sure. For sure. I definitely feel like he is physically attracted to you. But we've also got this Justice reversed card. Now, when it's paired with these two conciliatory cards, the Magician reversed and the Moon reversed, it does concern me a little bit. I mean, it's not like you guys are boyfriend and girlfriend or have, but you have been talking for a month. So I would imagine you do have, some feelings towards him. But Justice reversed is something that is fundamentally imbalanced. Either there's some kind of power imbalance, or again, there's something that he's doing, like in talking to you and in being desired, in feeling desire towards you, there's something fundamentally unjust about that. That's where I'm concerned there. He's no, there's no free there's no yes or no. Well, I can do a yes or no question. I can answer if something is a yes or a no, but I don't do free readings if that's what you're asking. Thank you, Preston's. He is in graduate school and works. Okay, yeah, I know he is really busy. My friend tried to do a little research on him. Please don't judge me. No, not at all. I do my research too. But neither of us could find any social media. Okay, so he's very the Moon reversed. He's definitely one to not be super open with his affairs. And when I say affairs, I don't mean literal affairs. So it's not so okay. So I'm not. If he's in grad school and he's working a lot, it's not so much that I would be hard pressed to think that he's actually in a relationship or that he has a kid or something. But I think it's more he's a very private person. But I am stuck on that Queen of Cups reversed. That does tell me that at least at this time he is emotionally unavailable. She found him on a college site and that he writes neuroscience papers. Oh wow, so he's really smart. He has published papers. She found his info. That's really cool. So he's a nerd. He's a scientist. They're really smart, as we know, but they can also be super awkward in romance. I'm not trying to prejudge anyone. I've just dated pretty much almost all nerds. I love nerds. I think nerds are hot. And we just received a donation from Tina. Thank you so much, Tina. I think nerds are hot as hell. So, and I know that they can have some difficulties sometimes, just from personal experience, with matters of the heart. He is really smart. He told me what he was majoring in, it went over my head. Yeah. I've definitely met people like that where it's like, wow, I like didn't even know there was a major for that. Like, you know, wow, that's really cool. That's really cool, love. Yes, you can answer a question, Preston's. All my donation information can be found at the top of the chat. Thank you. Harley H, sorry, please go ahead and post Hi, Felicia. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for the love. Thank you. Yeah, I think he may be autistic by how he communicates and no judgment at all. I work with children with autism, so I can see the signs. Oh, I've dated people that were autistic. Yeah, yeah. Um, it it that definitely goes hand in hand with neuroscience for sure, for sure. Does Spirit think it's a good idea for me to invite him to hang out? Okay, let's see. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Do H's guides think it's a good idea to ask Tez to hang out? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Do H's guides think it's a good idea for H to ask Tez to hang out? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Do H's spirit guides think it's a good idea to invite Tez to hang out? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Do H's spirit guides think it's a good idea to invite Tez to hang out? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Do H's spirit guides think it's a good idea for her to ask Tez to hang out? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Do H's guides think it's a good idea for her to ask Tez to hang out? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Do H's guides think it's a good idea for her to ask Tez to hang out? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Do H's guides think it's a good idea for her to ask Tez to hang out? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Do H's guides think it's a good idea for H to ask Tez to hang out? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Do H's guides think it's a good idea for her to ask Tez to hang out? We have King of Wands reversed, the Chariot reversed, Ten of Pentacles reversed, Nine of Cups reversed, and the Star reversed. No, no, they don't. Not at all. Not at all. And I'm not just saying, I don't know how many times a week I have to say that. I probably don't have to say it because you know tarot. I'm not just saying this because these are all reversals. It's because not all reversals are bad, not all reversals are no cards, but in the context of what we're asking here, Spirit is very loudly saying, no, 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 not a good idea. They're saying don't go forth, King of Wands reversed, don't take action, don't move forward, Chariot reversed, don't move forward with him, don't try to push anything forward with him. It will result in disappointment and lack of contentment with this Nine of Cups reversed. Nine of Cups upright is wishes coming true, contentment, feeling satisfied, satisfaction. This, you would feel unsatisfied, you would feel discontent, you would feel disappointed. This King of Wands reversed is also telling me, when I mentioned earlier that he's a really private guy, doesn't necessarily mean that he's a bad guy or that he's hiding something that would be bad to hide from you, or that he's manipulating some kind of power imbalance or something like that. It's more, I feel like it has more to do with his lack of emotional availability and his lack of time, quite frankly. He's got a lot going on, and he's got, you know, it sounds like he is on the spectrum, and I mean, I have autistic clients. I'm on the spectrum. If you have ADD, you're on the spectrum. Or ADHD, you're technically on the spectrum. I have dated people who are on the spectrum. I have friends currently who are definitely on the spectrum. I have one friend who's like my super autistic friend. I don't call them that, but they are awesome. But it can be hard for folks on the spectrum to navigate interpersonal relationships. And because I don't feel like this is a personal thing. I feel like because that Queen of Wands told me, and the energy tells me that he is attracted to you. There is a physical attraction there, but he's just like tuned out. And I don't know if you feel this, but I feel that he's largely tuned out when it comes to matters of the heart, matters of emotions, matters of romance. It would not result in, and I know you're not going into this like, hey, he's going to be my one and only, we're going to get married and have lots of kids. You know, you're taking this very slowly. You were simply asking, does he, you know, does Spirit think I should ask him to hang out? And then Spirit gave us this Ten of Pentacles reversed. Now, this Ten of Pentacles reversed, I don't think it's saying, well, he's not going to provide you, he's not going to be the father of your children, he's not going to be able to provide those things, because we're not in that deep yet. You've only known him for about a month. What I think is going on here is I didn't ask you what Tez's ethnicity is or his cultural background, but I think that it's possible that Tez comes from a cultural background that could possibly conflict with yours. Or if there is no cultural difference and you guys are very similar culturally, I do see his family really meddling in his life and could be a big reason why he is so ambitious in scholarly pursuits. I think he does get a lot of pressure and from his family, and I think that could also be a reason why he's putting romance on like pause right now. It's not something he's considering. He's shut the door for that temporarily, at least while he's in school. The Star reverse, disappointments, hopes not coming to fruition, but also a lack of flowing forth, difficulties in communication and communicating how he actually feels, what he's going through. Yes, Spirit is saying it would not be a good idea. It would not be a good idea for you to ask him out. This is not my opinion, because he sounds like a nice guy, and it sounds like Spirit is saying that he is a nice guy, but that's not the issue. The issue is that I think Spirit is recognizing that, yes, you like him as a friend, but that Queen of Wands, there is very real attraction there. And I don't think that he even has time for like a friend to like spend time with friends right now, let alone a romantic relationship. So that's what I'm feeling with that Nine of Cups reverse, the Star reverse, like disappointment because someone's not meeting you halfway even. They're not able to put in the energy and the effort that you're putting in. So yeah, I think it's been a long time since he's like been on a date with a girl. And you weren't even saying that this was a date, it was just invite him to hang out. But I don't think he really hangs out with people too much. I think if he does, it's probably his schoolmates predominantly. Because yeah, he's deep in it when it comes to his scholarly pursuits. So that is what I'm seeing. Spirit is not thinking it would be a good idea for you. Again, not a bad guy. I don't feel like he's dangerous or trying to hide something sneaky from you. It's just that I even as a non-romantic partner, I think he's just not available. What will Preston, if you want a reading, you need to make a donation. Thank you. seems like it's just like circumstance. Totally, yeah. It's nothing personal, at all. It's just timing, wrong time, wrong place. He's in a place right now where he can't. And that's the thing is, because yeah, I was just gonna say, you didn't specify date. You just said asked to hang out, and I don't think that he can even be friends. That's the thing. That's where I see the disappointment is. I think he'd be happy with, even if it was just friendship, because he's so busy. I think you'd be fine with that. Correct me if I'm wrong. But the problem is that I don't think he even has room for friendship right now. Yes, I would be fine as friends, and yeah, I get it. Thanks. Is there anything Spirit wants me to know in general? Yeah, let's ask. Let's see. Yeah, fellow Aquarius. And I think the best way of figuring that out. I mean, if I have a crush on someone and I have to, I always take into consideration they might not like me back, but would I be okay with just being friends with them, being friend zoned? And the way I think of it is like, well, if I really like them and I really like, and they're like a writer, like they're like the type of person I would hang out with, just like regardless of what they looked like, then yeah, like adding a new friend to my roster is wonderful. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, please provide H with any and all messages she needs to hear at this time. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, please provide H with any and all messages that she needs to hear at this time. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, please provide H with any and all messages that she needs to hear at this time. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, please provide H with any and all messages that she needs to hear at this time. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, please provide H with any and all messages she needs to hear at this time. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, please provide H with any and all messages that she needs to hear at this time. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, please provide H with any and all messages she needs to hear at this time. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, please provide H with any and all messages that she needs to hear at this time. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, please provide H with any and all messages that she needs to hear at this time. Okay, we have Temperance reversed, Eight of Cups reversed, Queen of Swords, Queen of Wands reversed, and the Fool. Interesting. I want some clarity here. Starting with this Temperance reversed, okay, yeah, Temperance reverse is almost always indicative of some type of imbalance. It could be a work-life imbalance, but the energy that I'm reading more from this is prioritize, like the message that I'm hearing from your guides is like, it's not that you're on the wrong path, because the Fool is telling me that you are definitely on the right path, my darling. You are for sure on the right path. Hi, Juliet. Welcome. Good to see you. Good to see you. You're definitely on the right path, Miss H. But Temperance is also is also a sign that it's time to balance your long-term needs with your short-term needs. I think you have a clear idea of what both of those are, both your long-term and your short-term needs. And both are important. Our immediate and our future needs are both important. So I'm not saying that you're not focusing on your future, and I'm not saying that you're not staying in the present moment enough. Spirit is simply saying that it's right now it would be wise to take note of balancing what matters and what you need to prioritize in your life presently, and but also for the future. Then we have this Eight of Cups reversed here, which is stagnation, avoiding change usually. But it can also be a symbolic of, yeah, avoiding change, but more for the reason of not knowing which specifically how or what how you want something to change. I think you know the things that you want to change in your life. I think it's just more about refining your vision as to how you want to see those changes come to manifestation. And definitely taking decisive action too. As I mentioned earlier, you're on the right track, you're on the right path with this beautiful Fool card here. If that's like, if you're not on the right path, that's usually like one of the first things that Spirit will always say when we're doing a general reading. Like, if you're not on the right path, that's like the first thing that they address is if you're on the right path or the wrong path. And you're on the right path for sure, but they're saying that it's just about applying more energy, more action with this Queen of Wands reversed card here. Harnessing, doing your best to harness your sense of focus, your sense of discipline, your sense of motivation, in order to implementing the changes that you want to see come to fruition in your life. And while there is an imbalance when it comes to prioritizing short-term versus long-term needs and goals, the rest is quite balanced, love, with this beautiful Queen of Swords right in the center. Emotionally, you're very well balanced. Physically, energetically, you're well balanced. Mentally, especially, you've got a very good head on your shoulders right now. Very cohesive, clear sense of thinking, and you're not like overspending, or because I'm addressing all four of the suits right now, like the swords, the cups, the wands, and the pentacles. So you're definitely on the right path. You're on the right track. It's just about putting it in. I gave a similar reading just earlier to my client Kay. I told him something similar. I mean, there was more to it, but I was saying you're on the right path. It's just about ramping up the amount of work and energy and focus that you put into what you're working towards right now in your life, what you're working towards manifesting and changing, altering, using all of your resources, and not burning yourself out, of course, like definitely giving yourself grace and space to rest and peace. But you've got a hell of a lot of potential. You've got so much potential in so many different. You were born blessed, girl, and Spirit is just saying, like, just use more of those gifts that God gave you. You're so welcome, love. Oh, thank you, sweetheart. That is such a lovely comment. Thank you. When I set up my website, I need to quote you there on that as a testimonial from one of my favorite clients. Thank you so much, H. I really appreciate you, and Thank you so much for your patience and your kindness. And yeah, thank you very much again. Angel, Miss Angel, long time no see, girl. How are you doing? Miss Angel slash Jewel, please come to the chat. It is your turn. Thank you so much. Hi, Angel. There she is. Good to see you, love. All right, so you made a donation of $35.35. I don't know if you were interested in a mediumship reading, if you were trying to get in touch with someone who's passed on, or if you were interested in a 15 card reading, because that also equals a 15 card reading and a 10 card reading. I'm going to be taking a break from spirituality to keep focusing on my health. Heartbreak emoji. Oh, I'm sorry, but I wanted to connect with my past loved one because I wasn't able to during her favorite holiday last year. Okay, love. Okay, so this is a mediumship reading. Okay, so I'm gonna need to know her name, her date of birth, her date of passing, and if there's any way possible, if you could message me a picture of her, um, to either my email or my Instagram, whatever is more convenient for you. Um, but I do need to check and make sure that I'm able to communicate with her. So if you could just provide me with that info, love, I would really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Anne Celine Anne Wright. She is a March Pisces. She passed about 3 years ago now, I think. Sorry for the vague info. I don't have a picture on hand right now either. I can ask another question if you want. No. That you're totally fine, sweetheart. You're totally fine. But I need to check in and see if she is able to communicate with me. Just give me one moment. Thank you, love. Okay, so unfortunately, love, this hasn't happened in like over a year. But I can't get into contact with her. That's not to say that she's not able to communicate with me or that she's reincarnated. Um, it may be that she has just not developed the ability to communicate with this side yet. Um, but I could not get through to her. Um, it was yeah. I'm so sorry, love. Um, sorry, Anna. Can't. What did you say? Oh, okay. I had to say a bunch of heavy stuff. I'm so sorry, love. This hasn't happened in like over a year. But I can't get into contact with her. I don't know if it's because I mean I don't know if it's I wouldn't think it would be just because you don't have the specific dates or her photo. Um, just her full name should be enough, but it's it's not. I'm not saying that she's reincarnated or because it hasn't been that long. She may just not be able to communicate with this side yet. Um, it's definitely nothing personal against you um, at all. But that has not happened in a long time. Um, I'm sorry, love. I'm so sorry. Um, but so I can refund you your money, or I can we can do um, multiple questions for you. As I mentioned, um, you have basically an extended reading and a full reading if you wanted to do those, or if you just wanted to do one of them, that's fine. It's entirely up to you, sweetheart. Well, how would you like to proceed? You connected with her before, but it's okay. I think I may have upset my spirit team. I do have another question. I was gonna say the name sounds familiar. So I don't know why she's not coming through now. I'm really sorry. And actually, that's really interesting. That's the first time that's happened, where I've read for someone and they came through once and then they didn't come through another time. I'm sure it's nothing. Your spirit team is not upset. You haven't upset your spirit team. That's very hard to do. I do have another question. It would just be 5 cards though. Okay, love. What is your question? So, okay. Why do I always have technical difficulties when I'm trying to make my music or do anything creative? So that's been a pattern that you've noticed It could just be coincidence. But let's see. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Why are there always technical difficulties when Angel is trying to be creative or make music? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Why are there technical difficulties when Angel tries to make music or be creative? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Why are there technical difficulties when Angel tries to make music or be creative? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Why are there technical difficulties when Angel tries to make music or be creative? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Why are there technical difficulties when Angel tries to make music or be creative? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Why are there technical difficulties when Angel tries to make music or be creative? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Why are there technical difficulties when Angel tries to make music or be creative? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Why are there technical difficulties when Angel tries to make music or be creative? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Why are there technical difficulties when Angel tries to make music or be creative? I swear it's a thing. Okay, honey, let's see. We have Two of Wands reversed, Temperance reversed, King of Swords reversed, Ten of Pentacles reversed, and the Moon. Does this literally happen every single time that you try to make music? I promise you, Angel, Jewel, love, your spirit, our spirit guides don't punish us. They don't get upset with us. They can be disappointed in us, but they don't penalize us for that. Like, my spirit guides have given me crap for things. Like, I'm not going to get into details, but yeah, almost like a parent who or a family member or loved one who just really cares about you would say, like, oh, you're not eating enough, or you're not doing this, you're not, whatever the case may be. But they will never punish you or try to make things difficult for you. I just want to clear the air with that. And with the Moon, and what I'm hearing and seeing from Spirit is they're not saying that this is all in your head, love. You're not crazy or at all. You're not imagining things. Yeah, there are technical difficulties that arise when you try to make music. A lot of the time, it sounds like majority of the time. But Spirit is saying that it's not a magical occurrence. It's not, or it's not a supernatural occurrence. It's coincidence. It's not a matter of like there's some entity that's trying to stop you from making music. It may feel like that, like there's some force, some supernatural force out there that's not wanting you to make music, but that's just not the truth, and it's something that our brains will often do to find a reason as to why something is occurring. Pattern recognition. Why is this happening continually and just when I make music, you know? So, and you're a very spiritual, mystical person. The explanation is that that's just electricity can be wonky from at times. Temperance reverse, things don't always work the way that we need them to work. And it could also be, I don't know if the products or the tools that you're using are like like up to date, if they're like they might be, I don't know if they're like older, if you're working possibly with older machines, or machines that just aren't like compatible with one another. With this Ten of Pentacles reversed, I'm seeing more. It has nothing to do with you and or a lack of ability or spirit not wanting you to be able to be creative, but it has to do more with a very just a foundational, like the the machines that you use to make and create music need to be up. If you upgraded them, this likely wouldn't happen. I'm looking for new headphones. Okay, so that's a start right there. Especially if the headphones have been causing you have been the source of some of these issues. And Spirit is saying that this is, what's happening is not in your head. Obviously, the electricity is going wonky a lot of the time, oftentimes when you try to make music. But with this King of Swords reversed, this is kind of what almost exactly what I was trying to explain earlier, how psychologically, when there's a pattern that we see occurring, that's what we do as humans. We try to recognize patterns. We also try to find an explanation for them where there is no explanation, where it is unknown. And Spirit is saying that the only real explanation is it's not supernatural. It's just, if you had like state of the art, like super high quality, and I'm not saying that you don't, but if you had all the best like machines, and it could also be a matter of the electricity within your space that you're recording in. I probably need more storage too. Sorry for the boring question. It was just starting to get really annoying. Don't apologize, girl. Do not apologize. It's not a boring question. No, I can understand that being really irritating. I was dealing with that when I first moved to this place, and I was trying to get online and start, doing tarot and like working. I wasn't using my computer at my old place. I had to switch back to my old laptop, which I am on right now. And it was giving me so much grief. First, my iPad was giving me so much grief, and then it died. And then, so I had to switch my laptop, and that was giving me so much grief. So I asked around for tech advice, and I was advised to just clear off my entire laptop and restart again, which I did. I have my entire laptop on a key somewhere over here. But probably more storage. That was the problem with my laptop, hun, was I had like no storage. So I just cleared off my entire laptop, and I'm a little freaked out because I had the damn thing. I swear it was like right here, and I don't know where it is. But anyway, I just cleared off my laptop and started anew, and it was like having a new laptop almost. Like, most of my stuff's in the cloud anyway. So that, yeah, more storage would likely really help you. I mean, that was literally like the problem for me. Now I just need to get a microphone because people keep on complaining about how quiet I sound. I don't know if I sound quiet to you right now, but I also just raised my voice just then, so that you could hear me. But yeah, it's not, you're not being punished by spirit or anything like that. And it is a matter of, like, yeah, making a decision with this Two of Wands reverse. Like, what type of headphones do you want to upgrade to? Would you be comfortable clearing your computer, your desktop, or whatever you use, and backing it up and starting anew, I am a little quiet. Yeah, I've got to get a lav mic for this laptop. My parents got me a microphone for the holidays not this year, but the year before, but it only plugs into my phone. It's not made to plug into my laptop. So I need to find something that could work for my laptop that has a USB. You just bought a Yeti. Is that one of those cups, girl? And let's get squared away here financially, between you and me. So you donated 35.35, um, and you donate, and by the way, oh, it's a mic. Oh, okay. By the way, I know you've said that we've, and I know we have, now that you jogged my memory, that I have gotten into contact with Anne in the past. I do not believe that she has reincarnated. I believe that it's not that she doesn't have the time for you, but I think there's something going on with her family right now that she's needing to like work with. There's something going on that she's needing to work on, is what I think. Because she's obviously able to communicate with me if she's done it in the past. So I just want to let you know that it does not mean that you will never be able to contact her through me or through anyone for that matter. Again, she is not gone for good. It's just a matter of right now she was not able to communicate. So do not fret there, my love. Okay, so you donated 35.35 and you had a 5-card reading, so I'm gonna refund you 27.58, or I'll just pay you 27.58. Because if I refund you, then it'll refund the whole thing. And please let me know when you received it. Yeah, lots of family don't everything, but I can ask for it back. I'll take it. I just sent it to you, girl. I just sent it. If you it so I'm sorry, I didn't see that message. If you do genuinely want a general, you can send it back if you want, or just the amount for a general, which is depending on, like 10 cards is 14.14, 15 is 21.21. What would you like to do, Angel? It's and no, nothing is gonna offend me. But what would you like to do? Yeah, lots of the things that have nothing to do with it. Yeah, for sure. I hope she takes her energy out of it. She deserves to rest in peace. Yeah, it's interesting you say that, Angel, about resting in peace. I did a mediumship for someone a couple of nights ago, and they were not resting in peace. They had recently passed. They were young. They were like 33 when they passed. And I was telling my client, I was like, I hate to say this, but they're not at peace right now. They will be, but they're really processing like their passing and how untimely it was. So we always say rest in peace, but it's not always necessarily um, the case immediately. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much, love. I really appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So you would like a 15-card reading. You've got it. And you just would like it to be general, just general messages from spirit. You got it. All right. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, please provide Angel with any and all messages she needs to hear at this time. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, please provide Angel with any and all messages that she needs to hear at this time. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, please provide Angel with any and all messages that she needs to hear at this time. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, please provide Angel with any and all messages she needs to hear at this time. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, please provide Angel with any and all messages that she needs to hear at this time. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, please provide Angel with any and all messages that she needs to hear at this time. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, please provide Angel with any and all messages she needs to hear at this time. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, please provide Angel with any and all messages she needs to hear at this time. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, please provide Angel with any and all messages she needs to hear at this time. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, please provide Angel with any and all messages she needs to hear at this time. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, please provide Angel with any and all messages that she needs to hear at this time. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, please provide Angel with any and all messages she needs to hear at this time. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, please provide Angel with any and all messages she needs to hear at this time. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, please provide Angel with any and all messages she needs to hear at this time. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, please provide Angel with any and all messages that she needs to hear at this time. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, please provide Angel with any and all messages she needs to hear at this time. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, please provide Angel with any and all messages she needs to hear at this time. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, please provide Angel with any and all messages she needs to hear at this time. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, please provide Angel with any and all messages that she needs to hear at this time. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, please provide Angel with any and all messages she needs to hear at this time. Alrighty. We have Five of Cups, Page of Cups, Nine of Pentacles reversed, Justice reversed, Page of Pentacles reversed, the Star, Three of Pentacles reversed, Ten of Wands reversed, Six of Wands reversed, Ten of Pentacles reversed, King of Cups reversed, Queen of Wands, Four of Pentacles reversed, the Lovers reversed, and Seven of Cups. Okay, don't be scared, Angel, don't be scared. I know these are a whole lot of reversals here, but they are not all bad, okay? And we even have some uprights that are not all great, so it's a whole smorgasbord here. Starting with this Five of, don't be scared. No, don't be scared. I'm promising you, don't be scared. Starting with this Five of Cups, the Star, and the King of Cups reverse. Five of Cups is regret, feelings of guilt, regret, loss, sadness, mourning, discontent, feeling let down or disappointed. I think I've already mentioned disappointed. But it's a reminder that it's okay to feel those emotions. Hi, Austin, welcome. It's okay to feel those emotions and to hold space for those emotions. That's totally fine. That's just about being human. But it's also important that we don't wallow in that. And I'm not saying that you are. I'm not implying that Spirit's saying that you are. But it's important to give that space to things that do disappoint us, or that don't please us, but to only give it a limited amount of space, to have boundaries with that. And I don't know what it is specifically that they're referring to, but they are saying that whatever it is, whether it be one thing or multiple things that you are feeling disappointed or sad towards, they're saying that there is absolutely a light at the end of the tunnel that you will be seeing, if not like immediately, hopefully from this reading, very, very soon. And you're going to be seeing like actual like physical changes coming to fruition in your life. it's a reminder that light. It's my favorite card in the deck, the Star. I love this card because it's a reminder that even in the darkest of night, the tiniest little flicker of light will illuminate and kill the darkness, essentially. And that there is always hope, there is always light on the horizon. And this King of Cups reversed. King of Cups is actually my favorite court card. It's a very wise card. The King of Cups upright. So the King of Cups, as you see, his throne is on the ocean. And he always stays upright. He always stays afloat. He never, ever topples over. Even when the tide's super and high, he still remains upright because he has the wisdom of knowing the changes of the tides because he's on them. He sees them. He experiences them. He knows, okay, even if the waves are rocky tonight, they go to being totally placid in a matter of like minutes, or by morning they'll be calm. The King of Cups has the wisdom of knowing that life is comprised of ups and downs, so it's never worth it for us to grieve anything. Not talking about death or like real major losses, but like minor losses, disappointments. Give them space, but to not grieve them as though they're an actual death, because it's just not worth the energy, and the tides are always changing. Then we have this Page of Cups, Three of Pentacles reversed, and the Queen of Wands. The Page of Cups is my third favorite. My third favorite court card. My second is the Page of Swords. I also love the Page of Cups. This is someone new coming into your life. Hi, Luxband. Yes, I am. Thank you very much. This is someone new on the horizon coming into your life with this Page of Cups. And this Three of Pentacles reversed is acknowledging that. Sorry, one sec. It's 8:48. Okay, I should be okay. Is acknowledging that there might still be some difficulties working with others, but maintain this wisdom with this King of Cups. Like, know that people come and go, coworkers come and go. Friends come and go, lovers come and go, people come and go, situations fluctuate constantly. So even if there are some difficulties working with people right now, do know that the tides change. Have that wisdom, know that. And this Page of Cups is someone positive coming into your life, possibly romantic. But I believe you're not looking for romance right now, which is totally fine, but it's also creative inspiration as well, which I know you are focusing on, your creativity. Thank you for your donation, Luxband. Let me update the queue here really quickly. We're currently on Angel, then we have Tina, and then you will be next. Thank you. Yes, and that's so interesting. I was talking about a neurotypicality earlier. Yeah, so it can always be a challenge, and things are always fluctuating. Absolutely. But going back to this new person popping into your life, I do think that you might be in for some romance, Angel. I know that's not what you want to hear, or maybe it is, I don't know. But what I'm seeing is there is, I don't think this is a coworker problem. I think this is initial resistance to this new person. But I do see you having desire for them, but some kind of pushback now. And I don't see you resisting music, creativity. So take that as you will, okay? Then we have the Nine of Pentacles reversed, Ten of Wands reversed, and Four of Pentacles reversed. Don't be scared. Two of those reversals are actually great. Nine of Pentacles, not so much. I do want a little bit of clarity on that as well. With this Nine of Pentacles reversed, being guarded in love, oh my god. I wanted some clarity, but everyone's so ugly, bruh. Oh, I know how you feel, girl. I know how you feel. Yeah, and but you're also very guarded too, and with reason, with reason. But Spirit is saying that you may be a little too guarded. It's always, you know, it's good to be guarded in love. It's ideal, and we must have boundaries. But if we put up too many, if we have too much guards, then we'll never experience that joy that that humans should all experience. Ten of Wands reversed. This is great. This is a great card in its reversal. This is burdens coming to a close, difficulties lessening, having an ability to delegate work to others, opportunities to delegate work to others, opportunities to share your work, your burdens, your struggles, your load, so to speak, with others, a helping hand, being able to let go, letting go a little bit with this Four of Pentacles reversed. Letting go of your desire to take care of things on your own. Knight of Pentacles, not like I get the sense that you, and rightfully so, would rather do the work than outsource it to a coworker who might do it who would likely do it less, not as well as you could do it. So I think this speaks to two things. I think it speaks within work as well. Within work, not taking on too much and allowing for others to take on some of the load, but also letting your guard down in love, letting go of the fears that you have regarding starting a romantic connection. And one of the greatest joys of being in a relationship is being able to share burdens and difficulties with one's partner. And even simple things like it's trash night tomorrow. Want me to take out the trash? Like, oh, do you want me to do the dishes? Like, oh, like who should cook dinner tonight? Even simple things, you know, not necessarily burdens, but yeah, I don't want to get turned out if I end up in the music industry and having to weird with those weirdos. So I try to do it all myself. And creative work. I understand. Yeah, you definitely want to keep creative work within your realm. Yeah, no, we can talk about that offline, but I 100% agree with you there. Now, I was speaking more to your job, like your actual like 9 to 5, your office job, like in terms of like working on projects with people, collaborative working, letting go a little bit. Four of Pentacles, letting go and being able to share burdens with others. Then we have this Justice reversed, Six of Wands reversed, and the Lovers reversed. Now, this is the only column I'm not too thrilled about. This Justice reversed card, I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. It's a sign that there are injustices happening around you, that are towards you, possible dishonesty, corruption, general unfairness, or an unfair environment, and I see that with this Lovers reversed card at the bottom here, a disharmonious environment, an imbalanced union or environment, Yeah, imbalancement, lack of balance, I should say. It's imbalancement is not a word. Lack of balance, disharmony. Um, and then we have this Six of Wands reversed right here in the center, um, which is usually a signifier of a lack of recognition, a lack of acknowledgement, for one's work, one's efforts. One moment, please. Sorry about that. I'm having some internet slowness issues, so there's probably going to be some weirdness when it comes to the video, but you should be able to hear me loud and clear, okay? But yeah, Six of Wands reversed is almost always like not seeing a return on the work that you, or the energy, the efforts that you have put in. And then we have this Page of Pentacles reversed, Ten of Pentacles reversed, and Seven of Cups. Starting with this Page of Pentacles reversed, this usually shows up when someone has lost sight of like of why they pursued something, whether it be a career, a project, a creative endeavor, um, but it's a call to like meditate on that and reflect on what initially drew you to that. You're good. My corporate job ended last summer. I'm working in retail again, but I just got a restaurant job. Oh, okay, so you just got a restaurant job. Okay, great. That's wonderful. Those pay well, absolutely. And it's a more social environment, and yeah, that sounds good for you. Um, and but yeah, it does say something about this Page of Pentacles reverse, Ten of Pentacles reverse. Yeah, you had to leave. I'm gonna guess that the retail job was not a harmonious environment, or just wasn't serving you. Um, and I'm seeing that this Page of Pentacles reversed. I don't think this has to do with creative endeavors or your music. I think this has to do likely with one of the recent jobs that you left. Um, and with this Ten of Pentacles reversed, I think that could possibly be quite literal right now. Not that you're having issues with money, but that you might not be making as much as you did at your previous job. But I see that changing, and the fact that you just mentioned that you just got a restaurant job checks out, because those pay well. Those, especially if you're a server, and especially if it's a nice restaurant too, pays well, pays the bills, and definitely covers your bases with the Seven of Cups. And I definitely see changes for sure, major fluctuations, major changes, but positive. I see these like reversing essentially in a very short amount of time. So yeah, girl, that is what I am seeing for you. Thank you so very much, love. And congratulations on getting this new job. I have every reason to believe that it's going to fortify you really well. Like I mentioned, there's more of a social aspect in restaurant jobs. that may, and it may sound or feel intimidating at first, but I think overall it will work like really tremendously for you overall. Sometimes I know for me, when I'm like forced into social situations, that's when I like thrive. I often thrive in them because I'm usually the last person to put myself in a more social type situation, or job. Yeah. So you are so very welcome, girl. You are so welcome. Thank you. Much love and light to you. Tina Garcia. Tina. Thank you so much, Tina, for your donation. Tina, please come to the chat. Thank you very much. Tina Garcia, please come to the chat. It is your turn. Thank you, love. Hi, Tina. She is here. Yes, it was so lovely talking to you too, Angel. I forget, are we friends on Instagram? I think we are. I'd love to catch up with you, girl. And much love and light to you. Thank you so much. Love reading for Jay. You got it, Tina. You got it. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Jay's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Tina? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Jay's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Tina? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Jay's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Tina? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Jay's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Tina? And you're a Libra, right, love? And what is Jay's sign? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Jay's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Tina? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Jay's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Tina? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Jay's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Tina? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Jay's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Tina? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Jay's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Tina? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Jay's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Tina? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Jay's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Tina? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Jay's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Tina? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Jay's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Tina? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Jay's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Tina? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Jay's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Tina? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Jay's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Tina? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Jay's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Tina? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Jay's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Tina? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Jay's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Tina? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Jay's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Tina? All right, love. We have Ace of Swords reversed, Ten of Pentacles reversed, the Chariot reversed, Seven of Swords reversed, the Empress reversed, Nine of Pentacles reversed, Queen of Pentacles reversed, Strength reversed, Two of Swords reversed, oh my, Eight of Pentacles reversed, Six of Wands reversed. I can't even make this up. Okay, the Wheel of Fortune, Knight of Swords, Nine of Swords, and Six of Cups reversed. Wow. Okay. All right. Let's start with your current energies. We have the first. Sorry, 1 moment here. We have the Ace of Swords reversed, the Nine of Pentacles reversed, and the Six of Wands reversed. Hello? Oh my goodness, I thought we went offline. Okay, phew, okay, we did not get offline. Okay, starting with your, but the internet is wonky. Jeez, okay. So you should be, okay, now we're at high internet again. Okay, cool. All right, so, and so these are your general energies, so correct me if I'm wrong here, but we have the Ace of Swords reversed, Nine of Pentacles reversed, and Six of Wands reversed. Is it, I feel like this is someone who either you're currently not speaking with. There's something about communication being wonky here. Either you're not speaking on speaking terms. I know it almost did. I got so scared. Oh, thank God the internet came back. And thank you for OBS. Oh my gosh, because it'll buffer for me. So yeah, there's something with communication here, Tina. Correct me if I'm wrong with you and Jay. Either you guys aren't talking at all, or the communication that you're having is not pleasing you, or and not doing it for you, or you feel like there's some kind of dishonesty, or you could be considering not speaking to him, cutting off communication with him, especially with this sword, like cutting off communication. Because we also have this Nine of Pentacles reversed here, which is being very guarded. It is very guarded energy in romance and love. And it's important to be guarded. I always say that. Spirit always says that. It is so important to be guarded in love, but it's important to maintain that we're not too guarded, because we have to have a certain level of vulnerability to be able to fall. However, I feel like there is a reason why your guards have gone up here. I feel like there's some kind of suspicion, but correct me if I'm wrong. And then we have this Six of Wands reversed here, which is feeling, when it comes to romance, it's like feeling neglected, feeling overlooked. The talking is limited. I am not happy with it, and I'm considering cutting it off, but I'm reactive tonight. Okay, so it's kind of all three, or not all three. It's like you are talking. It's not like you aren't talking, but yeah, you're not happy with it, and you are considering cutting it off. Okay, okay. But you are by reactive tonight. You mean like mentally, or you're communicating with him this evening? But yeah, I feel like it's just overall you're feeling overlooked. You feel like there's been some kind of a shift in his energy that is dubious, that seems suspicious. His general energies, we have the Empress reversed, Eight of Pentacles reversed, and Six of Cups reversed. Starting with this Empress reversed, yeah, he's, if what part of what is this my energy that is being shown? This is your energy that we just talked about. Now we're talking. I'm just getting started on his energy. Yeah. So this is his general energy. Starting with the Empress reversed, he is likely being rather negligent towards you. Correct me if I'm wrong. But you said that you weren't happy with the communication. You did mention that it was limited. So yeah, that would explain the Six of Wands reversed as well. You feeling neglected or overlooked. Him literally being negligent towards you in this connection. Eight of Pentacles reversed. He's not putting in the work. He's not putting in the effort. He literally, this is also neglect, like straight up and down. Not putting in the work, not putting in the effort, neglect. Six of Cups reversed. Six of Cups is communication, especially when we're talking about romance. And as you said, it's limited. It's not pleasing you, and it's possible also that he is either not over a past romantic partner, or a past romantic partner has come into his life or is trying to come into his life, or he started thinking about that person. But Six of Cups is usually about past relationships as well as communication. And when we see that his communication is pulling back, it is. I'm not saying it's for certain that he's talking to an ex, but it is a possibility that that's why he has become negligent. Whatever the reason is, he is being negligent, and that's just not what's up. His thoughts towards you, we have the Ten of Pentacles reversed, Queen of Pentacles reversed, and the Wheel of Fortune. Ten of Pentacles reversed is usually an indicator of like family disputes, conflicts over money, conflicts over traditions. So I don't know if there's like cultural differences between you that he thinks are almost impossible to overcome. But he also thinks that this connection is starting to feel like work and less like an enjoyment. And I see that with him pulling away in terms of putting in the work. And also with the Queen of Pentacles reversed, it literally looks to me, Queen of Pentacles being the queen of putting in work. He thinks that he can just back off, and maybe you wouldn't notice, or he could bypass having to explain something that you might not want to hear, or something that might embarrass him, or for whatever reason, there's something that I do think he's not being completely clear about. We do have this Wheel of Fortune here. When it comes to his thoughts, the Wheel of Fortune is a signifier of changes, decisive moments, unexpected events. Oftentimes making adjustments in order to accommodate changes. But I'm just not, it sounds like he's either not able to make those adjustments or not willing to make those adjustments. His feelings towards you right now, we have the Chariot reversed, Strength reversed, and Knight of Swords. He's feeling a sense of stagnation here. I don't know. I take that, but not stagnation, but I think he feels like things need to be put on pause at the very least. That moving forward in this connection in a healthy, conducive way is almost impossible at this point. And he's feeling really powerless regarding what to do between you and him, how to move forward, which direction to move forward. He knows that the two of you need to move in some direction with this Knight of Swords. It's definitely on his mind. But when it comes to the logistics of what needs to be changed, what needs to be discussed, I'll get to this in a moment, but he's lost, and it's definitely affecting his mental health. Which to that I say he brought upon himself. If he's choosing not to deal with or discuss things in a grown-up manner, then that's on him. You haven't caused anything, and I wasn't suggesting that either, and Spirit's not suggesting that. It's his own lack of good judgment here. He does intend on. This is why I do think there is something that I don't want to say hiding from you, but there's something that he wants to tell you that he hasn't. I don't know if it's some big secret he's been hiding, or if it's just some fact of life that he's been quietly holding to himself. But I do see him being honest with you, dropping pretension, dropping like he maybe. I'm guessing that when you guys do communicate, it's like lightweight conversations at this point when it didn't used to be, and the conversations don't last for very long. They don't get very deep. It's almost like, and I feel like he tries to act like things are all hunky dory, and things couldn't be farther from the truth in his life. Things are not all hunky dory. Two of Swords reversed is also about revealing the truth, intending on revealing clarity. And he will. He like you. Whatever is puzzling you regarding why he's behaving this way, it'll come to fruition. His intentions are telling me that whatever like weirdness you're sensing, feeling, experiencing with him is, he intends on telling you what it is that's causing him to behave this way. With this Nine of Swords, is whatever it is, it's literally keeping him up at night. Causes him huge amounts of anxiety when he thinks about it, like telling you, sharing with you what he's dealing with. And I don't think it's just one thing. I think because it's Nine Swords here, you know. Nine of Swords, as I was explaining that actually in another reading earlier tonight, it's Nine Swords, and this situation might have more than one sword attached to it that's causing him anxiety. And my theory regarding his anxiety is less him talking to an ex. It's a possibility, but I think it's less of a possibility than what I think is going on, which is I believe that there are real external factors that prevent him from being the man that he would want to be towards you, and it I don't, for lack of a better term, it embarrasses him. It kind of shames him. It really shames him to not be able to be the man that he wants to be towards you. This to me feels very much like external forces are affecting this connection. It's nothing you've said or did. It's no one else taking away his affections. More things. I feel like either like work obligations, family obligations. But I feel like there's a lot going on in his life, and I'm not making excuses for him at all, because he should be communicating this with you, what's actually going on and why his energies have pulled back. And that's why I said earlier, like if he, you know, the card said that it's affecting his mental health right now, or his mental health is affected right now. It was not caused by you. There's the anxiety and insomnia he's experiencing right now is not directly caused by you by any means. It's more. I feel like he fully intends on just like telling you like all the crap that he's been going through and how he is scared and worried that he won't be able to tackle this problem. He won't be able to solve it, which he's good at doing. He's good at solving problems and finding solutions. He has major work obligations. He owns a special effects company and will be in Indonesia on Tuesday. Is the Empress another woman or me? The Empress is neither. I don't think the Empress represents another woman. No. And I don't think it represents you. Well, I think it represents his actions, love. The Empress reverse represents neglect, not putting work in. He works over 16-hour days, but I think there's more. Wow. Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot. Yeah, no, I don't think the Empress I'm not seeing as an actual person here. I'm seeing it as his energies in this spread. I'm seeing it as him not, especially with that Eight of Pentacles right under, reverse right underneath. That's neglect. That's him. No, and I think he's aware. I know he's aware of it, that he's been neglectful, and it's not normal. This is not something that this is not his normal behavior. No, the Empress is not another woman. It's his energies, him not pouring his eros, his romantic feelings towards you. Oh, it is good to clarify. And yes, he works 7 days per week. Absolutely, yeah. No, if you have a question about any of the cards, just ask away, girl. I am more than happy to clarify for sure. Yeah, no, I don't want you walking away, thinking something that I didn't see. No, I didn't see it as another woman at all. I saw it as a man who's really overwhelmed, who wishes he wasn't, wishes he could be present for you. That's that Six of Cups reversed. Failure to live in the present. It's not an ex. That Six of Cups reversed. That was also, I said it might be an ex. I take that back. That's his failure. He's unable to fully give you his present self, if that makes sense. In the present moment as it stands, he can't be there for you in the way that he wants. He may have in the past, but as it stands right now, it's really hard for him. He does projects and was supposed to be retired part-time, but it didn't work out that way. Is he a bit of a workaholic, or does it just kind of fall into his lap? And Luxbang, thank you for your donation, Luxbang. Please go ahead and post your question. Thank you. Sorry, I'm not cutting you off, Tina. I'm just calling Luxbang because she's next. Yes, definitely good to clarify that. That's yeah, very important to clarify upon further reflection. And I'm glad I mentioned that to you or caught that now, because that's likely, because I think about the readings that I do oftentimes, like before I fall asleep or towards the end of the night. It's likely something that would have come to me. I would have been like, oh damn, no, that's what that Six of Cups was. Yeah, he came back to doing projects, but took on too much. Okay, yeah, he's a bit of a work. And I don't want to call him names or give him labels. Like, he's a workaholic. Can you send one more donation? I need to go to Whole Foods tonight, love, and they close pretty soon. I have to read it for Luxbang. We have Luxbang. She has a mini reading. And if I have a little bit more time, I can do one more mini for you, but I do have to get some food tonight. I've got nothing to eat. Yes, that was like a knife to the heart, a third party. Yeah, no, I do not think it's a third party. I do not think it's a third party at all. No. The third party is his work, essentially. That's the mistress is his work. Yeah. Luxbang, 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 please come to the chat. It is your turn. Please go ahead and post your question. Thank you. Yeah, third parties, those are loaded potato assertions for me to make, so I always want to be very careful when I say those. So yeah, no, I don't, I can, it is a possible possibility, Tina, but I'm 99% sure that it is not another woman. No. You just wanted spirit's advice. For sure, for sure. Well, let's see where Luxbang is. Luxbang! Luxbang, please come to the chat. Thank you very much. Thank you. Because it's 9, okay, oh yeah, it's 9:30, okay. Yeah, because I have no food and I need to eat tonight. So I hung out with an acquaintance last weekend. Things got hot and we've been speaking a little bit every day since. He's a Libra. I'm a Capricorn. What are his feelings Thoughts, feelings. So you want to do thoughts, feelings, and intentions. I need to know his name, love. Yeah, so it's 9:30. I'm sorry, Tina. I'm gonna. I actually have to close donations upon further reflection because I'm gonna miss. I will miss. Oh shit! I can't change the thing. I will miss getting food tonight if I. So I have to close donations. I'm sorry, Tina. I'm so sorry. But if you send your donation, I can read for you offline on Instagram. I do it over voice memos, over DMs. And it's no additional donation amount at all. And I could do that by tonight if you wanted to do, if you wanted clarity. Just throwing that out there. And here's my Instagram too if you are interested. Yes, love, and be well. Thank you so much. So, and his name is Evan. Okay. Okay. And you are a... Oh, he's a Libra, and you're a Capricorn. Okay, hun. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Evan's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Toby? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Evan's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Toby? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Evan's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Toby? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Evan's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Toby? What time will I be on tomorrow, Miss Scylla? I will be on probably around 4. I'll definitely be on tomorrow night. I get off work at like 1. So, yeah, probably around 4. Thank you so much, love. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what are Evan's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Toby? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what are Evan's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Toby? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what are Evan's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Toby? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what are Evan's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Toby? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what are Evan's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Toby? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what are Evan's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Toby? Okay, Toby. We have 8 of Wands reversed, 8 of Pentacles reversed, the Hermit, King of Wands reversed, and 10 of Wands. Okay. So we'll start with your general energy, Toby. We have this 8 of Wands reversed. Are you two in no contact right now? Because 8 of Wands is communication, like pure and simple. Well, I'll see what other facets of the card we can explore and apply. It could also be slowness, feeling a lack of momentum in the connection, feeling like things are because 8 of Wands is fast moving energy, communication. When it's reversed, it's things not moving forward, either limited communication or lack of communication, or like difficult communication between the two of you. His general energies, we have the 10 of Wands. You spoke today, so you guys are speaking. And what would you say? How and do you feel the communication's good? It was very brief. It was very briefly though. Okay. So it's more about the not the content of the communication, but more so the length of the communication. His general energies, we have the 10 of Wands. I don't know how long the two of you have been talking for. He makes more of an effort than I do, though, to be honest. And he feels that way. That's exactly what he feels. 10 of Wands. I was going to say he either feels like you're I don't know how long have you two been seeing each other or talking? Because yeah, Ten of Wands is someone like shouldering all of the, and I'm not saying that he puts in all of the effort. I know that's not true, but he feels like he's putting in most of the effort here. Um, he feels like he shoulders most of the energy. I tried to make plans with him though, and he didn't really try to. We've only been talking. Oh, okay. It's only been a week. Okay. Um, that's not a whole lot of time to go off of then when it comes to assessing how whether someone's putting more in or not. Um, I'm getting more the sense that he may feel like you're. I hate to say this because this is what I was initially going to say, and I hate saying it, but it is part. It is a meaning of the card that you might be a little needy. You might be a little not. I don't want to say like you're too much because you're not. Um, or that you're high maintenance. It's not that energy, but it's more like feeling as though you're a little needy. And if it's only been a week, now I don't know how often you guys talk. You said you talked today, but it was very briefly. You also said that you tried to make plans and he didn't really try to. Now that doesn't sound like someone who's putting in most of the effort. If he was putting in most of the effort, he would absolutely have not only like gone on or made gone forward with the plans with you, but he would have made the plans. He would have picked the place to go, the time, find a place that's a place that's good for both of you and a time that's good for both of you. But I feel like if he was putting in most of the effort, that's what he would be doing, not like shying. Not I'm not saying he's shying away, but that just doesn't sound like someone who's putting in most of the effort. Um, and Ten of Wands is also a feeling of overwhelm, feeling a bit overwhelmed. And because it's just, you guys have only been talking for a week, it just might be more communication than he's used to. Yeah, he doesn't bother making plans. When I tried, he acted like he didn't see my message. Oh, okay, yeah, that's that's his intentions. This King of Wands reversed. This doesn't look good, love. I'm gonna be honest. But you've only been talking for a week, so if what spirit, and I always trust spirit. What spirit is saying here is that this is not a good connection. This is someone who is not putting in the work. This is someone he thinks that he can be negligent. Um, but he'll text you every day. It's very easy to text someone every day. And the question you just asked, why does he talk to you then? I've had to ask myself that question, and I've had other clients ask me that question too. Like I've dated people and I've gotten readings on them, or I haven't even, or maybe not even readings on them, but I can see that they're not putting in effort, they're not reciprocating, yet they still talk to me, but they won't meet up with me, they won't follow through on plans. Um, I've had to question that about a lot of people in my life, men in my life. And the answer is never simple. It's different for every person. In his case, we don't know him. You've only known him for a week. He could be I don't know how you met him, but he could just really like attention. And he can sense that you are interested in him and he likes that attention. Um, he does feel like he needs to get to know you better. And maybe that's why he's feeling like he can kind of be, I don't want to, I guess, kind of lazy in terms of putting in the effort initially. Because it sounds like he's putting that in your hands. But the hermit is definitely about getting to know. I mean, she's in the dark, but she's got her flashlight out. She's made it a point to get out of bed. She's in her night robe. She's made it a point to get out of bed and see what's out and search with her searchlight like deeply. So he feels like he needs to know you more. He definitely wants to get to know you more. So that's, that could stand to reason why he texts you every day. He wants to get to know you more. And you know him through a mutual friend. Okay, that's great, actually. I don't know how well your mutual friend knows him, but I would grill your mutual friend to see, everything they know about him. But yeah, his intentions, at least right now, intentions are always difficult to read with very early connections. Oftentimes, we don't really think too deeply about what we intend to do or behave towards someone when we first meet them. And at this time, we have the King of Wands reversed, which is a sign of one of two things, or it could be both. Either he intends on not abusing you, but abusing the dynamic of you liking him. Like, why can't we just link up again? So you guys have, oh, you mean like just like meet up in person, and he's not putting in that effort. I understand. I mean, I don't understand why he doesn't want to put in the effort, or he's not putting in the effort, but that King of Wands reversed, King of Wands is the man of action. When it's reversed, he's not taking action. He's just not taking action at this time. He does want to know who you are more. He does want to get to know who you are as a person. But at the same time, that requires spending time with someone, So your question's very valid. Why can't you just link up again? Why is he being difficult? I would ask him directly. Honestly, you've only been talking for a week. I would get to the bottom of things sooner than later. You don't need to find out if he's playing games or wants to play games. Because there are some people that just like playing games. Then, the sooner you know, the better. I've only dated one Libra, and it was very brief. I love Libra women, but I don't know too much about dating Libra men other than, yeah, they will avoid conflict at all costs. They avoid conflict like the plague, which is problematic because, yeah, it's good to avoid conflict, but they also avoid the communication that's needed to avoid conflict. So, yeah, I don't want to tell you to just cut him off, and I know that's not my place to do, and I'm not, I don't have that authority, but Spirit does not think this is a good match. He would likely end up disappointing you, and because if he's this laid back, and not putting in the work right at the beginning, this is the time where he should be putting in all the work and showing that he's going to be the man that you deserve. Courtship, and he's not doing it. He's kicking up his feet and being admired, So if that's where he's at now, just be careful moving forward, love, and not just in communicating with him, but also in your thoughts regarding him. Don't let him occupy your thoughts in your mind too much. He doesn't deserve that real estate. And also, when we have new people on our mind too much, sometimes we can go into fantasy mode. At least I do, and a lot of people I know do, and start, fantasizing about futures with people, and do your very best not to get into that mode, and just look at this as friends, possible romance, but actions speak louder than words. Actions speak much louder than texts. Okay. But it's I'm sorry, love. I know that's disappointing to hear. But it's only been a week. Like I said, this is the sooner you know who he is, the better. And if he's not emotionally available, the sooner you know, the better. You don't want to find that out further down the road because the pain will just be compounded. But thank you so much, Toby. I really appreciate you, love. You're very welcome. You are very welcome, sweetheart. Thank you. And I've got to run because Whole Foods is going to close and I got to eat tonight. I will see you guys tomorrow. I will definitely be on tomorrow. Like I told Scylla earlier, I will likely be on around 4 p.m. Pacific time tomorrow. Thank you. Love and light.